Okay, I think we're... oh, wow, that's the first time I spoke today, I think. Anyway, I think we should be good, so let's get started. Oh, what the heck? That's weird. Okay, wait, hold on, let me... Something's being a bit weird about that. There we go. What? 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 Yeah, welcome to April Fools, everybody. It is I, Sheena the Penguin. I am here I've ascended another form. It turns out I have escaped the 2D world, so to speak, and now I'm here. That's crazy. It's so crazy. You can see me move, like, my expressions when I'm moving, and when I'm like, oh, I need to switch to the thing, you can see me. That's crazy. And I move like this. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Happy April Fools, everybody. For all seriousness, and I'll post this later when I'm done with the stream, this is kind of like, okay, yeah, haha, funny April Fool's joke, but this is actually going to be my my corporeal form is how, I guess how you put it, but yeah, this is me for the future. I have ascended further beyond, and now I'm here in my, well, still 2D in a sense, but like more 3D 2D in a sense, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, that's, this is why I didn't do a stream on Saturday, was because I was busy customizing everything and rigging it. Well, not rigging it. This is, so for those of you who don't know, this is one of those pre-made models. Well, not that it's disparaging it or anything, because, I mean, look at how, like, customizable this is. It's crazy. You know, you got my little thing. If I go up a little bit, you can see I have my penguin up here, and then I have my head, the head pin. You know, the pin is a head, or head is a pin, one of those two. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty customizable, and so shout out to, and oh my god, I told myself I was going to have the name ready so that I can shout them out, and I'll shout them out eventually. Like, I have to change a lot of things once the stream is done, in terms of like profile pictures and like credits and stuff. But shout out to their name is so on Twitter it's Miku T _ so MIIKUTEA_. They have a whole bunch of pre-made model, like pre-configured models that are super customizable, and it's super well done. And so I took the plunge, and I was like, you know what, let's get into it. And honestly, I was gonna wait a little bit longer, because apparently they were supposed to come out with one March, and they were like on Twitter being like, hey, this is like the new thing I'm working on. So look forward to that. But you know, it's April, and I mean, totally understandable. It's not like, you know, nobody's in a huge rush to get it, but I was just like, I'm impatient and I have money, so I'll just give you my money. And if they happen to release the other one, maybe I might go spring for that, because I know that one looked like it has a lot more customizable eyes. Okay, there's a few things I need to adjust with the parameters and stuff. Like it's a lot hard. What? Hello? Eyebrows? Okay, there we go. I don't know why my eyebrows just didn't trigger there. Sometimes I didn't want to make it too. There's still a lot of parameters I'm still need to probably fiddle with. The two that I've been fiddling with the most are my mouth movements when I talk, and my eyebrows. Like, because this isn't a toggle. This happens whenever I raise my eyebrows to a certain extent. Except I'm really raising my eyebrows, and it's still not really doing it. So now I'm just like, I probably made that a bit too insensitive, or probably a bit too much. I should probably lower down the tolerance for that. Also, I have tons of other cool toggles that I'll show you guys while we're here. Such as, I'm now sad. I'm now sad. I'm also angry. I can also be angry. I can also be, go back. I can also be tired, boss. I'm tired, boss. You know, it's just like, when the gacha pulls just aren't dropping right. I think this is what it's gonna go with. We also got sweaty, which I also found out that if I squint my eyes a little bit, it also does that automatically. So, but just in case, you know, just in case I want to be sweaty, there you go. And then I also have this for when we get to scary situations, and the complete opposite of when I'm the scary situation. And then what else? We got these two, which kind of combine together, you know. I don't know when I'll really use this, but I'm sure it'll pop up in some cases, and you know, it's good to have it. So yeah, I mean, that's it's pretty customizable, pretty cool, all the good stuff there, and I'm excited to actually start this new chapter of the tubing world, the VTubing life, the actual VTuber this time. I know That sounds so disparaging to PNG tubers. PNG tubers are totally legit and awesome, and there are tons of PNG tubers out there that do amazing jobs with all their regging and stuff. But for me, I feel like not barrier to entry so much as it's just like it seems like it felt like it was a lot easier to just go the kind of the actual VTuber route. And like pre-made models, I think are a really great way to get into it, especially since they're not as expensive as, you know, something you'd commission an artist / rigger for, or rigger. And I know, you know, there's definitely been a big push for not a big push, but a big surge in popularity for a lot of these customized models. I know Suika is probably the most well-known model right now. I know tons of people have that one. I was thinking about that one. That one's a little bit more expensive, actually a lot more expensive than the one I have right now. And I'll be 100% honest, it didn't seem like the art style really fit my, I guess, aesthetic as much, and so that's why I went with Miku, whatever the two is. Went with theirs instead, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think we got a pretty good person over here, you know. And for those of you who are wondering, well, words. For those of you who are wondering, yes, I am girl. I am cute anime girl. You can tell by the I have the booba, and that's a little bit of what I was a little bit concerned about, because the more I was making the model, the more it seemed femboy-y, and like I can still kind of see that with this current model, but I think it's fine. You know, if people want to think that, people will think that, but I don't think that's the hugest concern, and honestly, I don't really care too much about that. So I think that's pretty much all I have for announcements and crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, hey, welcome to the VTuber world, everybody. Hello, it is me. I am a penguin. I need to figure out lore story, because like I'm sure lore story wise, there's definitely things that I could probably figure out. Be like, you know, hey, originally it was a penguin, transformed into a cute anime girl, or wanted to be a cute anime girl. And this is something I actually have thought about a lot prior to starting any sort of streaming. I was like, if I wanted to create some sort of lore for any character I make, because I'm probably going to want to make them into cute anime girl. So how do I connect that to like a penguin, and how did I get that to sort of a reasonable sort of lore storyline? And there are a few ideas I had, but some of them seemed a bit too iffy, to say the least. Not something I really want to probably put into lore, so not anything weird or anything. It's just the best way to put it probably is it's probably not the best look against or for transgender people and all that stuff. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's not get too much into that. Let's actually get into the game, shall we? Oh, one other thing before I get into the game. So you'll notice, and I'd love to talk more about my model, because I'm like, oh, this is a really nice model. The one drawback I have with this model, specifically the hairstyle I have right now, which is the like kind of the hair in the back here, which I really like it, except if you notice, if I tilt my head this like down here, you can see it kind of, you can kind of see it kind of sticks out. And I mean, that's kind of, I mean, look, for a model that's $45 with including the rigging and all that, I can't really complain too hard. I mean, that's still, this is still really amazing work, and all the customization options, and the fact that the artist is totally okay with you just being like, hey, if you want to add more textures, if you want to change your colors, which is both of those I did. As you can see, I used both of my kind of colors that I have right now, the pink as well as the blue, and they were like, yeah, that's totally fine. So it's just like, shout out to them for being so flexible with kind of how everybody wants to use it. So anywho, so that's why my model doesn't tilt too much, or I don't have it tilted too much on the Z-axis side of things, not to get too meta, but that's why I kind of limited that range so that it's to a minimum extent of seeing that. But otherwise, I think it's pretty good. So let's get into it. Let's get into the game, shall we? We shall. All right, so okay, so now if we're gonna get into the game, I need to reset my positioning, because otherwise it's just gonna look like I'm looking down all the time, which is not really the case. Okay, I think that should be good. Okay, because I'm gonna be looking like this, so maybe I should. Yeah, you know what? Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. Hello. Okay. I'm still figuring. Oh no, that's probably not right. Tall calibration. Okay, I think that's fine. Worst case, it doesn't look fine and it's whatever, but I think that should be fine. And also, you probably can't hear my fan. I changed my audio settings so it doesn't have the ambient noise. I hope. Let's see. We'll see. But so for Umamusume, I don't really know. To be honest, it was between this and Fall Guys for games that I wanted to play. I just wanted to get something, you know, be like, you know, hey, this is something I usually play, let's play it, and then, you know, big surprise, hahaha. So that was my reasoning. Right now, for Umamusume, the only thing that's happening right now is the this current event, which, I mean, really nothing crazy in terms of stuff to do. The only real kind of notable thing is the Tanino Gimlet, the new costume, which it looks good. Like, okay, here's my it's like, damn, okay. And that's not Tanino Gimlet. Okay, no, not them. Come on, switch over. Yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, that's good. Hell yeah. And I'm like, usually I don't go for the alternate costumes, but I'm like, damn, that's good shit. And I'm like, oof. Yeah. Okay, my eyebrow raise isn't working very well. Okay, I need to change that. Actually, let me do that right now. Let's change some stuff on the fly. Also, Race, glad to see you. Even though I know we talked before about this. So, anyway, yeah, it's the new model. And yeah, that's good that you don't hear the fan. Let's see. So why is my body doesn't really tilt? Well, whatever. Anyway. Actually, no, that's on purpose. I think I did that. Where are we? Brow heights. Okay. I had it at 3.68. See, the problem is there's like a fine line between me like putting too much work into like actually doing it in the first place, like the and then like whenever I talk, sometimes I raise my eyebrows like that. So you see, sometimes I just do it like involuntarily. I think that's fine. I think we'll be good for that. And then what was the other thing I wanted to change? The body stuff. Body rotation. I changed this and then I didn't like it, but now I don't like it again. So let me change that again. I don't know, whatever. Worst comes to worst, it's whatever, but maybe it might be better. Calibrate again, maybe that might help. Okay, good enough. Alright, this will be a work in progress, obviously, as I kind of toggle through stuff and, you know, change settings here and there. Okay, I forgot, God, sorry, my habits of, you know, like, closing my eyes while I'm talking like this, I can't do that anymore, because I forgot that I'm tracking my face now. So, gotta unlearn these things. Anywho, actually, let's do some polls. Let's do some daily polls, see if I can get lucky on this. Nope. Okay, let me try the tickets I have. Although maybe do I want to save the tickets for actual events. It's kind of tough to see the facial expressions. While you're okay with making your model bigger on screen. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that's a good point. Whoa, giants! Yeah, that might be better, because honestly, how much am I really gonna move? Like, yeah, that's fine. That works. Okay. Yep, that is, like I said, it is all a work in progress as we kind of go through some of these things. Also, this model, I will say, the facial expressions are pretty subtle for the most part. Especially the mouth. The mouth, like that's the most my mouth can open, is that much. So that's, I wouldn't say that's a drawback, but I'll just say it's a feature. It's a feature. All right. Do I want to use the tickets? Is the question that I have today. Let's use tickets. F it, you know? Seize the day, YOLO. I'm sure I'm just gonna get nothing. Wah? Okay, there we go. See, now you get real-time reactions. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that lovely? Okay, well, I mean, I got 3 stars, so that's cool, I guess, but also... Eh. Alright, well... Oh, why is it so hot? It shouldn't be hot. It's not even that hot today. It's like... It's April 1st, and it's, what? It was 40 degrees today? It's, yeah, Chicago. Chicago weather. Everybody loves when I talk about the weather. Weather update. It's been cold. Was there a day? It was pretty rainy in the weekend? The last few days it's been pretty rainy, which has been like, dang. Like, there was a thunderstorm. At one point it was 2 p.m. and it was like dark, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get even some tornadoes, which is like the only natural disaster that can happen here. And one of the good things about living in this city is you can't get earthquakes. There's no like big natural disasters. Yeah, no blizzards, no earthquakes, no hurricanes, only really tornadoes. I guess blizzards kind of happen sometimes, but do you really count that as a natural disaster? I don't know. It's I guess it is because it's weather and stuff, but because tornadoes are also kind of severe thunderstorms. But the way you say that reminds me of that one specific Yoshi sticker from one of the Mario Party Switch games. The wah, wah. Wah? Yeah. Maybe that's where I got that from. I don't know. I think it maybe implicitly got that from somewhere. But I don't. What do I want to do? I kind of just said, okay, let's play Umamusume, and then now I'm just like, I don't actually have a goal for this stream, so let's set one right now? Question mark? That's not the goal. What is this? Oh, right, the master challenges or whatever. Masters challenge. Masturbation challenge. Maybe I can build up my stadium team, because my stadium team's pretty meh right now. Oh, I forgot to mention, that's another thing that I can do. I'm not sure how visible it is considering, you know, it's very, very small, not that noticeable on the screen, but like I can pout. That's one of my favorite features about this this model, is that I can pout. I can be like, you know, so that's cool. Anyway, just the many secret Easter eggs I found while I was experimenting with stuff. But let's see. I mean, maybe I can make some sprinter. Oh, sorry, forgot that was when I put my phone up like this, it kind of covers my tracking, so I kind of can't do that anymore. Which is another thing that I need to get used to. So now I have to like really look down like this. I have to look down like this. But that's fine. I'll deal with that. Okay, so maybe I might do some sprinter trainings. I know. Okay, the next event is League of Heroes, right? It's the medium dirt event. But like, you know me, I don't really care too much about the League of Heroes. And oh yeah, CM stuff. CM, I didn't do the greatest. I got second place in the B finals, which, you know, honestly, I was surprised that I made the A group in the second round, especially since none of my horses even reached UC. And hold on, there's actually an image. I wanted to share this in here. Let me switch over to just chatting so I can find the image. But there was an image I found of, or not an image. Sorry, there was a image I took of one of the matches that I did where I was like, ha, suckers. It's this one where it's like you see how look at these suck UB5 UB1, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm screwed, and then I ended up beating them with my UD8 Grand Allegria, and I was like, ha, suckers. It's unfortunate. It sucks for you, but that was the highlight of my CM. Otherwise, it was pretty meh for the most part. But again, I didn't really train too much for it, so it's not like I'm too disappointed in my results. Anyway, let's actually do some training, shall we? So if I want to do a sprinter, let's see, who do I want? Could do a Durandal. Have I done a Durandal run? Have I? Here's the thing. Here's another thing we could do. We could do where was it? It was because they added a section here in the extras for the CM movies, because all the CM movies that I have not done Durandal. Okay, so this is actually really useful because now it's like, hey, look at all these different movies, and now it also shows the different movies for. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, burpee. Okay. CM. Oh, sorry. CM like the equivalent of Guild Wars and Grand Blue. Yes, I think. Yeah, it's basically the monthly PvE, what's the PvE. It's the monthly event it's the event that happens every month. Where it's like basically you have 3 horses that you compete in a race with 2 other people's teams of 3s, and then you try and get first place and blah blah blah, and you try to win and all that stuff. So whatever that is, whether that's PvE or PvP, I can never remember the difference. Yeah, it can get pretty bad. Can get pretty bad with the whales. They technically have 2 categories for it. It's like the open league and the graded league. The graded league is like the whale heavy people, and then open league's only restricted to like, I think it's like UE something now. I think it used to be like B+, but they definitely raised it up a little bit, especially since the metas keeps on getting more and more bigger for this game. It's like now people can regularly make UB horses, which I still have not even gotten close to that. UC4 is still the highest I've ever gotten, and even in this mode, in the current scenario, I've only gotten up to UC1, so still haven't mastered everything yet. But yeah, I can get pretty sweaty, which is why, like I said, I don't really care too much, as long as as long as I'm whatever. Which is why I kind of stopped really caring too much. And then there's the League of Heroes, which is an even more sweaty event, because that one, only the top 96 of all players qualify for what's kind of like the final stage. And so most people usually just try and go for what's like Platinum 4 or whatever, which is like getting a certain number of points or whatever based on how many wins you have and all that, which isn't really the hardest thing. And I say that having only achieved it once, but then again, I also almost never try for League of Heroes also, so that's my, oh, hey, look at that, there she is, Durandal. Let's do a Durandal run, sure. It's funny, because Durandal is one of those characters where I was like, whatever on, but as I kind of actually got her and did more training runs with her, she's definitely opened up, or she's definitely become, not one of my favorite characters, but definitely somebody I like, for sure. She's definitely in that A tier, I think, in my tier list that I made a long time ago. So let's do it. Let's do Durandal. She's one of the rare short-distance chasers, which is kind of crazy, because that means that she just stays in the back for most of the race, and then just saves up all her energy until the end. Usually that's pretty good for, like, say, like, a long or mid-race, but if you're doing that for, like, a short race, that seems pretty crazy, because, for the most part, the horses are probably just going to expend all their energy and go full speed, which is this strategy right here, the Nige, which is, I think, is like runner, basically how we translate it over in the community. But anyway, let's let me see what I want to do. Gran Algeria, Gran Blue Fantasy. Let's see. See, now I'm debating whether I want to calibrate, because like it's calibrated right now to this position. I think that's fine. It's like I'm looking down at my actual phone, and it's like, that's how it is. So I think I'll just do it like that. Okay. And I have my like little well, sorry. I have my screen or my OBS on my laptop monitor anyway, so like I can still see it for the most part. It's just making sure that I'm actually tapping in the right places with my fingers and stuff. But it has been 30 minutes and I have not even started a run yet, so let's get on that, shall we? Okay, Metro Ryan's probably way to go. Where are my friends that have Metro Ryan? Hello? Oh, there they are. Whoa, nope, don't do that. Mile. Yeah, that works. That's fine. And then I have a Dober, which would be pretty good. Dober, where are you? Meijiro Dober. Meijiro Dober. There you go. Okay. And then... Alright, so if we're gonna do this... Chaser. No, that's incorrect. Let me see. Dylan loves fine. Do I want to go Duramente? I feel like I have a better speed card. Here's the thing, like, I know Almond Eye is obviously the greatest, like, the speed card now, because obviously that's how the meta works, is the newest speed card's always the best. I mean, not really, but, like, it actually is the best speed card, bar none. I only have her, 2 limit broken, which is, I'm too short. I'm not, well, pun. I'm too short. I'm not really that short, but anyway. I'll just go with that. Okay, and then DB's fine. Let's see. I think I'll go with the not stamina, a power and a guts. So that's Nishino for short. Nishino flower. And then the short is Orfevuru, however you pronounce it. I still can't pronounce it. Orphe. Okay. Let's go. We're finally starting to run. after all the stalling and all that, we're finally starting to run. So let's get onto it. Yep, that be her. That be Durandal. Randall. That's what I'll call her now. Randall. Sometimes there's some horses that I just have random nicknames for, like Tamamo Cross is Tomato Cross, or who else? Oh shoot, I need to turn that off. That's the fan runs I've been doing. I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. Tomato Cross is one of my favorites, but I guess we'll go with Randall for this one. Alright, Randall, let's see what you got. Yeah. Also, with the new horse, I'm also curious about her reactions, or not reactions, her I guess reactions is the right word, maybe? Reactions to all the cutscenes and stuff, because it's different for every horse. Well, not exactly different, but they have little kind of quirks and stuff, so... Quirks and stuff... Oh god, every time I move now, that's gonna be... I have to adjust my seat and stuff. It'll show now. I have to remember that. Okay... Also now it's tracking my head movements whenever I'm bopping to songs. Isn't that fun? Isn't that lovely? Guts. Also I've kind of neglected to mention this, but her racing costume is definitely unique for sure. It's one of the more unique ones. Which I'll show eventually when we get to the G1s, but you can kind of see it a little bit while we're doing these trainings. What the heck? Why are there so many choices for this one? Give me the 4th one because I need rest. Let's see, for the sake of getting every meter filled, I'm just gonna do that one. What is this one? Alright. Oh wait, no, I still had one more? Oh, I thought that was gonna be it, okay. Dang, I wasted that for nothing then. I thought there was one more before this happens. Give me the gauge. The gauge is OP. The gauge is what I need for the High Seiko routes. That is exactly what I need. Also, dang, I realized, it's like, oh, it's like the violins, like, whoop, 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 whoop. Like looking down, looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down, looking up. I'm having too much fun with this. Anywho. Oh, this is new. I don't think I've seen this before. Oh, is this is a new rice shower? Okay, it's a new rice shower SR. Checks out. I don't even think I have that one. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, my model doesn't track whenever I do like the Canada shot. Like how do I describe it? Like the duck face or whatever. It doesn't really track it that well, and I do that a lot out of habit. I've noticed. There's a lot of things I've noticed while I was kind of testing this model, just kind of you know, kind of playing around with it, for lack of a better term. A lot of kind of quirks I've noticed about myself that I'm just like, man, I didn't realize I do this, but apparently I do. So, learned a lot about myself over the last few days. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's gonna be a work in progress over the next few streams as I kind of tinker around and stuff, and see how everything is. I'll definitely be watching the VOD for this a little, just to see, like, just to see how everything is, because, like, it's one thing with when I'm testing and doing those, it's the other thing when I'm actually playing games and stuff, which I wanted to do, like, a little test run of me playing a game, like, say, a Fall Guys, while I'm doing this kind of, like, while I'm in this model, so to speak, but I didn't have time to do that yesterday because I was too busy tinkering around with some of the other settings, so that's how it is. I'm slightly untilted. There we go. Okay, I was slightly untilted, and that made me a little tilted. It made me tilted that I was untilted. Is that the right term? I don't know. I need to heal. I will use this. I will use one of those. Also, now you can see it. Now y'all can see every time, like, based on my eyes, like, every time I, take a peek at chat to make sure there's any new messages or anything. It's just like the little eye movements and stuff. It's all bare now. It's all visible. It's all visible for everyone to see. Oh no. Oh. I also need to practice. Like, there we go. It's a little inconsistent still. Like, still a little hard to open. Maybe I need to set a toggle for that. I might have to think about that, because like it's a little inconsistent of like for me to try and like actually like raise my eyebrows like this. Oh, see, no, that works, and then like when I talk, it's just like it goes away, which is weird. Maybe I need to change that setting again. See, when I did it yesterday, I was like, oh, it's totally fine, because I don't want it to be too, again, I don't want it to be too sensitive or anything. But now I'm just like, it's a bit too insensitive, so I can't track it very well. Hello? 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 Okay, well. Whatever. Again, how many times am I really gonna do that? Like, I had, you probably don't know this, but I had a shocked, I guess, expression for my PNG tuber, but I never used it except on accident. The only times I used it was on accident when I accidentally typed 5 or whatever the toggle was on my keyboard. So like, when am I really gonna use this, Like, I don't feel like I'm probably gonna use it as much as I think I do. Same with a lot of my expressions. Am I really gonna use a lot of them? I know I just used the, some of them, like a few minutes, not a few minutes ago, but like at the beginning of the stream, but when am I ever gonna really use them? I don't know. It's nice to have them though, at least. I'm glad there's at least, different options like this, So like, I can be like, oh, when the gacha isn't hitting, or like, when the gacha isn't working, or when the gacha isn't working, or when the gacha is working. One of those things is not like the others. One of those things does not belong. Okay, 2 stars. Right, I have my little guide. Although, I've been playing this game. No, I've been playing this mode so much now that I pretty much memorized which ones are the good ones. Although this is not what I want. What is the? So I was about to scroll with my mouse until I realized how stupid that was. I'll go with this one. I was like, what? I was like, let me just scroll down the options with my mouse on this phone game. That's how you do it, right? That's correct. That's the correct way. 20%. Surely that can't fail. Okay, thank goodness. One of those. It's a good day. It's one of those days. It's not one of the. It's not one of the. It's not one of these days. You know. It's one of. It's one of these days. That's not the right one. It's one of these days. There we go. Okay. Okay, I definitely need to heal now, though. I was also kind of thinking about maybe doing an Ines run, just to see it how, like, do one with the purpose of trying to get as high of a rating as possible. But the thing with this mode is it's super RNG heavy. Like, I've noticed this scenario, and I think that's kind of been the consensus among everybody who's played it, is that this scenario is super RNG heavy. It's like, if you need, basically these stamps, pretty much determine how your run go. And if you don't get the stamps that you need, you're screwed. So it really comes down to whether you can get that or not. So basically, you know, gacha on top of your gacha game. Truly, this game's main mechanic is the gacha, both in getting the cards and the actual gameplay itself. And I've said that many times while playing this game, is that this game, you think that the gacha is pulling the characters, but it really isn't. There's more to it than that. There's hidden gachas on top of the gachas. It's a endless cycle of gachas, which we're unfortunately indebted to. But, oh well. Let's see, what do I want? Stamina or that thing? That thing. Okay, I definitely need to race though. Let's see. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay, I was worried there for a second. I was like, wait, what? That's not working. That's not what I want. No, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Oh yeah, here's her here's her race outfit. Yeah. The first time I saw it, I was like, well, should I say this? I don't know if I should say this. The first thing I thought of when I saw her racing outfit. So, okay, I'm gonna put it on my phone. Story time. Not really story time, but what's the other word besides story? Anecdote time. That's kind of still story time. Not my personal story, but just a story that I read on ESPN about the women's world, or it's like some women's soccer team, and they were complaining about how they had to wear white shorts, which basically is just like, you know, it's like, oh, like we don't like wearing these white shorts because, you know, like if it's that time of the month, then you know, that can, you know, lead to some pretty bad times, you know, with the whites showing it pretty easily. And so that is legitimately the first thing I thought of when I saw this Durandal outfit, is like, man, that must not be good for, because like with Uma's, right, because like, and I know this is kind of getting to creepy territory, but like with Uma's, like, canonically speaking, there have been cases of like Uma's, like, being mothers, giving birth, all that stuff. I think there was like one of the stories of one of the characters, I think Mr. CB, like her story goes about the thing where it's like, you know, hey, like her mother was a former Umamusume, and her father was her trainer, and so it's just like, questionable. But also, it's like, oh, there's canonical stuff, and I'm just like, anyway. So that's the first thing I thought of when I saw her outfit. Is just like, that must not be good for, you know, that time of the month, basically. Yeah. Anyway, alright, we're done with the first year, so let's move on to the classics, shall we? Shall we? We shall. The other thing I'm a little bit concerned about is that I have 2 blue stamps right now, which is not what I want in my life. But I think it's still too early to tell, so we should be fine. Okay. Also, with the colder weather, it also means that my my heater's been going off a lot too, which I hope that it shouldn't be audible for the most part. I hope. Yeah, it's not audible. Okay, thank goodness. That's good. Yeah, I changed my audio settings, I think, a few streams ago to have like, to like cut down on like the background noise, so it should be inaudible now, basically speaking. But Because when I was watching some of my VODs previously, I noticed that sometimes you could hear it in the background a little bit. Like, if you really turned off the volume, you could kind of hear it. So that's why I was like, I need to fix that. But it's not huge. It's not that huge of a deal. Like, it's a little bit noisy, but I'm sure y'all can't hear it right now, so it should be fine anyway. It's not too much of a bother. Like I said, it's kind of one of the only things I don't like about living here is like the heater just is so loud. Like, and I don't know why, but it just is, and it's annoying. And the thing is, it's also because it's the same system with the AC too, so it's the same problem during the summer when it's really hot and the AC turns on, and I mean, it's blowing cold air, so great, thank goodness. But like, it's also just like, dang, it's loud. It's loud, which is kind of annoying. Okay, adjustment time. Ugh, because I like slowly over time kind of like lean back on my seat, and then, you know, it's just like get in an uncomfortable position. So then I have to like, you know, like, oh, readjust myself. But now every time I do that, I think I have to like kind of reset myself here. Yeah, just to make sure, you know, everything isn't too weirdly positioned, like too slanted like that. And I think by doing that, I somehow just slanted myself. So let me just reposition myself again. Okay, I think it's good. Anyway, alright, 14%, surely I can't fail. Oh, that's good, okay. Okay. Having to be conscious of your posture becomes so much more important. I still struggle with it. Yeah, there's a lot of things I have to, like, you know, be aware of now. I think I mentioned before, like, you know, how sometimes when I talk, I like, you know, like to do like this and like close my eyes and be like, but like I can't really do, well, I guess I could still kind of do that, but I can't really, because when I do that, I cover my eyes, so the facial tracking is not going to work. So there's that aspect that I have to kind of worry about. And yeah, the posture is the other thing, like having to be cognizant of the fact that everybody can see, like, what movements I'm making and stuff. So it's definitely something I'll have to keep in mind. Work in progress, all that stuff. But price to pay, price trade-offs, I guess, so to speak. But I think it's worth it. I think he's worth it. I don't know how to speak. 86. 86. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now I can, like, you know, real time be like 86, or like I can be like 86. That's crazy, or something like that. You know, it's fun. It's good. I like it. I like it for sure. Speaking of which, 86, isn't that's an anime, right? I think it's a. Let me look that up. Or is that something? 86 anime? Yeah, 86. That is an anime that came out 2021. That came out 4 years ago. I don't know why I thought, oh, it's a recent anime, right? And it's like, no, it's been 4 years since it came out. God. Okay. Well, never mind. Screw me. Screw me. Screw me. Screw me. No, don't screw me. Screw it. I don't know. Alright, anyway, what do I need in my life? I need 3-star stamps. And what's the best 3-star stamps? That's a good 3-star stamp. Although, nah, the green ones aren't good. And also, I need to be cognizant of so the reason why I'm so worried about the stamps right now in terms of the color is because whichever color is the most prominent is the route that you end up going on, aka is the kind of, I guess, the bonus you get, the legend that tags along with your training. And so right now I'm trying to go for the pink route, which means I need to get majority pink stamps, which means right now I basically need to not get a blue stamp, is basically what we're trying to do, which shouldn't be a problem, especially since the 3-star blue stamps, almost all of them aren't really going to be that good for my current strategy that I'm going for, so I'm not too worried about that. 13% sure they can't fail, right? Okay, it's like, it's happened so much in the past, well, not so much in the past, but like it's happened in the past a lot, where it's just like 14%, nope, 13%, nope, And it's just like, cool, I didn't want to do that anyway. I didn't want that training anyway, so that's cool. But I do need to heal here. Okay. Yes. Although I will say I kind of underestimated the amount that I need to kind of move when I'm looking at chat, because I thought I had to be like, you know, like every time I'd have to be like, oh chat, oh chat, oh chat, you know, I'd have to like, you know, really move my head. But I could just like tilt my eyes and just, you know, like I can keep my same position, tilt my eyes, because I have it to my monitor to my right over here, all the chats and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have to tilt my head that much, so I mean, that's good. Anyway, Durandal. Oh, actually, her G1 winning animation is actually pretty hilarious, so maybe we can do that next time the G1 race shows up. Because it's basically like her just being like, oh, I won, and then she like raises her sword and it's like, oh my god, like, or like she's like so like happy about it or whatever, and she's like, you know, like, oh, this is new. What is this? Or it's not, this isn't new, but this is the first time I've seen her specifically in this cutscene. Okay, that's cute. I like that. Anyway, yeah. I mean, well, I guess I can't describe it very well. I'll just let it play out when it plays out, which doesn't look like to be anytime soon, unfortunately. But that's okay. This isn't really a song I can, you know, bop to, like, you know, ooh, 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 ooh. You know, it's not really one of those songs. It's just like, yeah, the rhythm isn't really like one of those like songs, you know. It's like more like a, it's just like a good song to enjoy. Yeah. I don't know what my point was there. Anyway. Oh, that's good though, but that's 30%. I don't know if that's worth it. That's definitely not worth it. You know why? Because the spring training's coming, or training. I have baseball in mind, apparently. Summer training is coming up, so I need to have energy for that. Speaking of baseball, I'm trying not to think about baseball right now, mainly because my team, the Milwaukee Brewers, are absolutely sucking a fat one right now in terms of the season start. They've been horrible. In fact, how are they doing? I think they're playing right now. Let me see if they're losing again. They haven't. Here's how bad it's been. They haven't led a single inning. They haven't even led like at any point, and it's been 4 games so far. So let's see if they're actually winning now. And if they aren't, I'm gonna cry. Hey, they're winning. Oh my god, they're winning. That's amazing. I've never seen that before. Holy shit, they're winning 2-0. Oh my god. That's a crazy. I'm actually legitimately Chad Patrick. Chad Patrick. What a name, Chad Patrick. I don't even know who this guy is. We don't have any pictures. That's the thing. Like, all of our pictures just died. Pretty much died. Like, we have like six of our 8 like top pitchers are all on the DIL, which is like the injured list, with injuries and stuff. Sorry about the sports talk, by the way. I know some of you probably don't really care too much, but wow, I'm legitimately shocked. I need, okay. Let me change that toggle again. 0.69 is also still a bit too not sensitive enough. No, not 9. 0.65. Brow height right. Brow height left. Let's try one of those. Let's try that. Yeah, okay, that's better. So I can be like, yeah, I'd be like, oh my god, they're winning. It's 2-0 and they're winning. There we go. Much better. Okay. But yeah, Chad Patrick, you know, because we have so many starters. They have so many starters that are down as just like basically like, sorry, I need to figure out which one I need to select this. I need to actually play the game. That basically we're just starting random people who I've never heard of in my life. Like who was yesterday's starter? Yesterday's starter was Elvin Rodriguez. Who? Exactly. No, even me, a Brewers fan, doesn't know who that is. Who is that, actually? Okay, so he has pitched it before a few times with the Tigers and the Rays. And he's 27. Okay. Alright, well, whatever. But no, I mean, dang, that's crazy. I can't believe that they're winning. How did that... Yelich grounded out and then Haas homered. Okay. Chad Patrick. What a... I think I saw, actually, I did know he's starting because, on the Brewers subreddit, somebody posted an image of basically, like, Patrick from SpongeBob, but, like, you know, Chadified version, and it's like, this is our starter today, Chad Patrick, and it's like, dang, you know, it's like, that's definitely one way to put it. Let me try and find the image, because I thought it was hilarious. We're on something today. I don't know. It's just one of those days. How do I do this without being too incriminating? Okay, where's my OBS? Oh, it's right here. Okay, gotta take my OBS. Gotta move that. Gotta go to my desktop. Yeah, okay, and also I need to make that a little bit bigger so that y'all can see me and my expressions. But yeah, Chad Patrick. Chad Patrick. Whoops, oh shoot, that's my background. What the fuck? Sorry. I tried to move me. Chad Patrick. That's him. That's him. That's our starter. Anyway, enough about that. Let's actually get back to the game. But let me move OBS back to where it needs to be. Huh? Where did my Firefox? Wait, what the heck? Where did that go? Okay, that was weird. That was interesting. Okay. All right, summer training. What are we doing? Yes, summer training. I guess I'll just keep that in my I guess I'll just keep that in my other tab to keep tabs. Jokes. To keep tabs on the game while I'm playing this. Cause that's the thing with baseball. It's like, sure, you know, they've had a really bad last 4 games, but it's only 4 games out of the 162 that are in the season. So, like, yeah, it was terrible start, but, like, also, I wasn't too worried. But also, I was waiting until, you know, we actually got a win before I could start watching games and become invested. I did watch the first game. Sorry, moving myself. I did watch the first game against the Yankees on opening day, which actually wasn't the worst game. It just turns out, you know, got unlucky with how they score, and then, you know, just, like, we couldn't score anything, and then just, like, it ended like that, so... It's, yeah, and then it only got worse from there because I think they lost like 20-9 in the second game. And then it just, yeah, it never got any better from there, but hey, at least we're winning, so hey, it's all uphill from here. This is not the G1 race, so I'm just gonna skip this. Okay, so here's my thinking, and I don't know why this thought just popped in my head. I think I said at the beginning of the stream, right? Oh, I forgot I was gonna actually let this play out, and I'm glad I got the second chance. Okay, let's actually watch this race. I was debating about playing this game or Fall Guys. I'm kind of leaning towards, after this run, switching to Fall Guys. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Because with Umamusume, right, it's just like, okay, well, great, like, it's kind of hard for me to play this game unless there's, like, an actual motivation. So I can't really just do runs for the sake of runs. So it's kind of hard for me to be like, hey, let's just do a few runs. So that's why I'm, like, a bit unmotivated right now. So maybe I might just switch over to Umamusume real quick and just, you know, I might switch over to Fall Guys real quick after this is over. Which, man, it's already been an hour since the stream started. Isn't that crazy? Time flies when you're having fun. When you're having fun. And when you have a library card, or whatever that song is, you know, the Arthur song, having fun isn't hard. When you've got a library card, having fun isn't hard. When you've got a library card. Man, Arthur was such a great show. That was definitely one of my favorites. Ooh, let's see. Skill activation. No, it's one of my favorite shows growing up, you know, PBS for sure. Oh, is she gonna win? She is gonna win. Let's go, Durandal. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Alright, now we get to see her G1 winning animation, which is this. Yeah, the end part where she's like, oh, she's excited, and then she's like, oh wait, I'm a knight, and then she has to like be serious and stuff. It's one of my favorites for sure. But oh, sorry, scratch my face there for a second. But yeah, I think after this I'm gonna switch over, just because it's kind of hard for me. Like, the only motivations for me to play this game are to achieve my circle quota, which I can do that automatically now, so that's not really big of a concern, because I can just do that while I'm like watching streams or YouTube, and or CMs. And I guess League of Heroes, really, maybe, kind of, but like, I don't really care too much about that, if I have to be completely honest. So, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of whatever. And also, hold on, I need to switch back to my tab here. That's good enough, sure, let's go with that. So, unmotivated me equals unmotivated stream equals not fun. So, I realize that, so I'm just going to power through this real quick. Hopefully we get a good run. Maybe, who knows, maybe we might get a really good Durandal out of all this. Now that I kind of know how to play this run, kind of. Kind of is the key word there. Two words? 2 words, yeah. Anyway, this is the poster. Okay, is her reaction going to be embarrassed, proud, or nothing? Proud. Okay, cool. I like that. I like the proud out of the 3. Proud, embarrassed, and then doesn't care. Doesn't give 2 shits. I found that the proud is my favorite for sure. Ooh, look at that. That's good. That's good. Oh, God. Okay. I need to figure out a way to sit so that I don't have to do that so often every stream, because that's gonna be a problem if I have to keep doing keep having to be like, oh, you know, and just like move myself like this. I'm sure there's a way I can sit comfortably where it's like not having me adjust my position every like 10 minutes or whatever like I usually do. I'm sure there's probably a way to do that. It's called sitting with actually good posture, which I don't have that. I don't have good posture. I'll just admit that. And you'll never know. Even with this, you'll never know, because it's just the virtual. For all you know, I could just be sitting in the most uncomfortable position, in the worst way to sit ever, and like you can't see that because all you can see is this little anime girl right here is all you can see. But I am sitting as decently as I'm trying right now. I don't know, that's way of putting it, but let's see. Oh, I forgot about the whatever, who cares? Oh, Fissure Nutter. I forgot that was the wrong one. I forgot I ran out of heals. Okay, that's my fault. That's 100% my fault. Oh, okay, no. Whoa, okay. Okay, raised eyebrows plus mad does not equal good combination. That's a good thing for the future to note. That just did not look good. It did not look good. Okay. Also, I think I mentioned this the last stream, but I have my little macro pad here now. Kind of similar to how Stream Deck works, except it's... Whoa, language. My English failed me there for a second. Except that I can actually program it to do other stuff, and it's actually useful. More useful. I mean, look, Stream Decks are fine and all, but they're hell expensive for what they are. This macro pad that I got was $49. Which I guess is still kind of expensive, but like if you compare that to like how much a Stream Deck costs, it's like it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So and like I can use it for other stuff too, like besides streaming. Like I can use it for coding if I ever do that again, or games. Or like when I'm playing music, like when I play let me sync myself again. Like when I play American Truck Simulator, which is a game I've been playing a lot of, because like it's hard, like I listen to music a lot, but like sometimes I'm like, oh, like I play playlists that don't have that music there's just like I don't really care, I just want to skip this, but it's hard for me to have to, you know, like exit out of my game and then control the, you know, everything. And then, but like with my macro pad I have like a little dial here that can kind of skip songs and stuff, so I can just like, you know, like with not even having to pause the game, I can just like let it run, and then I can, you know, like use the macro pad, turn the dial, skip the songs. It's super handy. I love it. It's like, it's a feature I didn't think I needed, but it's so useful, and like it's really nice just having to do that without having to like exit out of the game. And even sometimes when I'm like, even when I'm not in the game, sometimes when I'm just like, you know, lazy and I'm just like, I don't want to move my mouse, when I'm so lazy that I don't want to move my mouse over to Spotify to skip the song, I'll just like literally reach over to the dial and just turn it and then just like, have the song skipped. Which I realize maybe that might also be more effort, but sometimes it may not. I don't know. So it's really useful. And so I have my macro pad here set up with all my motions, so I can, you know, toggle all these good stuff here. Just have that, you know, ready for the whenever. I just need to know which one's which, because that's the, I guess that's a drawback with this versus the Stream Deck, is the Stream Deck has the buttons where you can kind of set the whatever the button, I guess, picture to be. That's the word. I was thinking like color, texture, what's the word? Picture. You can set a picture to be like the image of the button. But you can't really do that with the macro pad here, so I have like a little kind of cheat sheet that I have written, which I blocked my camera, sorry about that, with all the things toggle, so I can try to remember. And eventually the goal will be to remember which one is which just automatically. So that's just a little bit of meta stuff, I guess. Meta talk. As if this whole stream hasn't been basically that, just me talking about my experiences and all that stuff with this current model and stuff, which is just all the meta. So we'll get out of the meta, I think. Maybe this will be my new weather update. Maybe this will just be my tech talk corner or whatever. Be like, hey, you know, this is my update for the week or whatever, or the stream. But all in due time, we'll see. Why she have the same expression for every photo? Just like the same, like, I can't do a frown very well, actually. I'm just like... she just had the same frown expression for like for all the photos. That's kind of funny. Man, none of these are what I want. None of these are very good. None of these are exactly what I would call ideal. I'll go with this one, I guess. Alright. Yeah, this music is also one I can't really go too crazy on either. The BPM isn't bopping. The BPM isn't high enough for me to be like, woo, crazy, you know? It's just like, it's just, yeah, you know, it's nothing insane. Do I dare risk 27%? Do I dare risk 27%? Okay, that was close. We go those. We take those. Yes, you know. Also, I need to heal. And like regular heal this time, not the, because I ran out of dates. I don't have any dates left. All my dates have left me. I have no more dates. Take that for what you will. I am, as they call, maidenless. Is that... That's an old meme. That's such an old meme. I don't know why I had to refer to that as like, oh, you know, what the kids say these days, maidenless. I'm sure there's a term out there that the kids use for that. I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think. What is there a term for that? Why is the only thought in my mind gat, which is absolutely not what it is, but like that's the only thing that I can think of for some reason. God, that's, I don't know. I'm not hip with the times. I'm not hip with the kids. I'm too old. I'm too old to be hip with the kids. The lingo of the Gen Zs. And maybe even the Gen Alphas. Some of the Gen Alphas too, because like Gen Alpha is a thing too now with the skibbities and whatever. Yeah. Anyway. Maiden list is still pretty good. Yeah, I can't think of any other term that goes with that, so I think I'll just stick with that. And it's a good one. I like it. It was popular when it was during its heyday. 4%'s not too bad. Okay. Oh, that's the other thing. Well, I mean, most models don't do this with the whole like tongue sticking out. Like it doesn't track. I mean, okay, I need to stop talking about the meta stuff. It's just like I'm sure there might be some people who are interested in it, but also it's just like it's just a little too meta for what it is. So I'm gonna stop with that talk. Yeah. Okay. Zenshin Zenryo. Man, speaking of languages, I need to get back into learning languages like Japanese and Korean, especially Korean. I still have a little bit of shame every time I'm like, try and like speak Korean, especially since it's my first language. But like, I can't speak it that well. It kind of sucks. So, I'm just like, I can't really talk to my family that well, which is a shame. So I really just like, I feel like that should be good enough motivation for me to be like, you gotta get your butt in gear and actually start learning the language, eh? I mean, to be fair, I can understand well, I can speak decently. It's the vocabulary, I think, that really gets me, and some of the grammar that's just, like, really weird sometimes. Like, for example, in Korean, and I think this might actually be the case in... this actually might be the case in Japanese too, is that there's different words for counters. Like, how like in English it's like, you can pretty much anything, like you can just say like any number of things. You can just be like, 10 things, 10 items, 10 stuff. You can be like that. In Korean, there's like a specific word for, and I don't know how many of those words there are, but there's a different word that you have to use when you're counting like people versus fruit versus cars and stuff, and it's just like, it's so complicated, for lack of a better term. Those get me too. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, for example, it's like humans, it's like, oh, like there's sheepmyeong, like 10 people, or like 10, I don't know why I can't think of another example, but like it's like other like 10 and then like words, like basically that kind of thing. So it's the oddities like that get me, and then, yeah, like, I think vocabulary is, like, my biggest thing. Like, there's still, like, what's the word for this again? And I'm just like, I don't remember. I struggle trying to actually complete sentences and stuff. But, I mean, I can get by for the most part. Like, 조금 할 수 있기 때문에 할 수 있는데, 말하는 거 별로 할 수 없어. 그래서 좀 그래. Anyway. But yeah, if you know what I said, you know what I said. If you know, you know. Same energy as what is that one? Well, okay, there's a few things like that, right? It's like the if you die in the game, you die in real life. That's not really it though. I'm thinking of that one Fate one where it's like, if those who get killed, I don't remember the exact wording. It's like those who get killed are killed or whatever, or like those who die are dies. Ugh, totally butchering it. I don't remember, but something like that. By the way, this run has not been great. I'll just say that right now. Yes, people who die if they are killed. Yeah, people who die if they are killed. That's what it was. Thank you. That's a classic. People die if they are killed. What a quote. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, that would have been the mood drop, but I had the I had an item, or not item, I had a status for that, so got him. Got him. Get him. Get. Gross. Every time I say like, you know, like a like, you know, popular or like not even popular, but like, you know, like a meme phrase or anything, like oh, skibbity toilet or cat, I just like I die a little bit inside. Like a part of me just dies every time I like, you know, like have to or like dare to say it. It's like I lose I lose a few brain cells, which as you can see, that actually is happening. I'm actively killing myself every time I say one of those phrases. So I need to stop myself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Alright, let's see who we get on the PV. I'm gonna guess Saint Light. Nope, Speed Symboli. Okay, well, it was a 33% chance, and they'll mess that up. And by the way, I still need to do digital run just to see if she even shows up in her cutscenes. That would be really hilarious. I don't think she does, right? She's upset. She's like an otaku about Umamusume, but I don't think she really. How would you be an otaku to yourself? That's always something that I thought was kind of interesting about her, is like she is an Umamusume. So like, isn't she an otaku for herself? But I don't think that's really how that works. I don't know. Alright, I think that's it. So, if I had to wager a guess on how this run went, ooh, let's watch the CM. The CMs are always fun. These are always nice to see how they do it.
刹那にきらめく雷光最速を証明するようにその足は春雷となり初嵐となったその伝説の名はデュランダル
Durando. I think that's the same. I don't know why I watched that, because I've been focused on training Mile CMs and stuff, or Mile Umas. That's the same CM anyway, so I don't know why I ended up watching that. Okay, if I had to guess, okay, so here's the thing. On the one hand, the power and speed are pretty good, but like everything else is bad. And in fact, the stamina is really high for what it should be. And also, I didn't put a single skill, so now I need to spend now I'm gonna spend the next minute or so putting all these skills together, which is gonna be a fun time for everyone. Fun, fun, fun. Everybody loves when I just kind of... I have so many skill points that I didn't even use. Isn't that lovely? This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Oh, I ran out. Okay, that works. Okay. Okay. Yep. Nope. Yep. Okay, if I had to wager a guess as to rating, UD1. I think it's low UDs. UD4. Okay, you know what? That's it's a little bit better than I expected, but actually that might be enough for me to be able to put in my stadium, if I have to be honest. Because like I said, I don't have very good sprint Umas in my CM team, or not CM, my stadium team right now. Maybe that actually could work. Also, I got my first event points, technically speaking. Alright. Let's see if I can, if I have enough space for her. Do I have a UD6, UD6, and UD5? No, I don't think that's right. And also, I completely was covering my camera there. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Got that. Alright. Well, that was our little dosage of Umamusume. Now let's move on to... Actually, here's an interesting game that we could probably play. There's a game that I just bought today that was actually pretty interesting, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I thought, man, this could actually be a pretty fun stream game. It's a typing game for what it is, but it's like one of those typing survival games. Don't mind me with my model while I put everything away. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Blue Giant, what's up? Now I understand why you were playing certain games recently. Yeah, you could probably tell by my Steam, because I know one of the things that I had to do for this model was the Steam program. So you probably saw that, and you're like, what, what, what? Okay, I need to stop doing that. That just I think I know where I get that from. It's not the Mario Party. It's a Vine. It's a Vine that's like, I think it's like it's like this child, and like she's like reading a book, and I don't know what word it was. I think it was like what or why, and she was pronouncing it like wah wah wah. Let me try and find it. For y'all out there, let me get it up. Let me put it up here. Wah Vine. Oh no, she was trying to pronounce who. And then it's just like she's like wah wah. Let me switch over to my desktop. Yeah, it's this one where it's like
what?
What does that say, Anaya?
What?
No!
What?
Is that, hold on, I don't know if that was loud enough or quiet or too quiet, but wait, hold on, let me just see.
What?
What does that say, Anaya?
What?
No!
What? That's where I got that from. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's my Wah? Also, yes, also Wah Luigi. That's I think it's just a whole bunch of things that just infiltrate my brain, and then eventually just live rent-free in my head, and then it just gets to the point where I'm just like Wah? Wah? And then that's becomes part of my life. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I was playing a game today, typing survival game. It was pretty fun. And so maybe we can do that for the next few. So let me get that set up, and let me adjust everything accordingly. AKA, let me move my OBS over here. With that, are the Brewers still winning? Yes, they are. Great. Okay. Move that. Move that. Move that. Move that, move this, move one of these, get that out of the way. Yeah, okay, I was like, I don't know why I doubted that I couldn't. I was like, can I play? Of course I can play another game while another game's running on Steam. Because technically I have like VBridge or whatever running on Steam, so I was like, maybe there might be, there's no issues with that. There's never been any issues with that. And let me make myself a little bit bigger, so apologies for that. There we go. Oh, look at how big I am. That's crazy. Is that good? Is that good? I'm gonna assume that's good. Also, my game is not on the screen. Game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Game. Where are you? Game capture. Properties. Not Fall Guys. Like Kefia, this one. There we go. Okay. Is the game audio. Now the game audio isn't working. Okay. Now I gotta change that. Just all stuff I need to figure out on the fly. It's all good. All good in the hood. Properties. No, it's not get to work. It's called. Maybe it's called the Neosphere EXE that's causing the problems. Okay, y'all should be able to hear that now. Maybe it's a bit too loud though. Let me turn it down a little bit. I don't know if it's too loud or too quiet or whatever. It seems it may be maybe a bit too loud. Maybe a bit too loud. Change that to be part of that world. 15. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, think we're good there. I think we're good there. Yeah, I'm covering a part of it, but you know, it's whatever. Not that you really need to see like the little kind of part there. Maybe I can move myself a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so this is actually here. Before we do that, I need to change my stream information. Does this game even have a category? It sure does. Okay. There we go. Now I changed the game. Okay. So this game is called Glyphica, Typing Survival. It's one of them good old typing survival games. Basically, you just need to type the words in order for them not to invade your private space. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. So I already played a little bit of it. So I'm already I've already gotten the first, I guess, level parts or whatever. The no omens or whatever, no modifiers. I guess I'll just start there. I'll start there. I'll start kind of fresh, no omens, no augments or whatever, and we'll just kind of get into it, and you'll see how this kind of works. But yeah, let's get typing. Let's get typing. All right, oval, herd, bull, nay. All right, swamp. I don't. Actually, now I'm kind of concerned if y'all can even see the words on the screen, because it's a little bit. It's not that high contrast, but it is hopefully visible. Is this a roguelike? It is a roguelike, yeah, so yeah, it's like a typing roguelike, I guess, but just kind of type the words, and then yeah, you get like these weapons, you get all the weapons, you get all these stuff. You can level up the weapons, and then you get like 3, I guess, trials is basically what it's called. Like you have to go through 3 trials, which is like 3 boss levels, and then you win, basically. So, and then you unlock more and more levels. So yeah, in that sense it is roguelike. But what do I want? Blade Trap was usually pretty good for me, so I'll go with that one. Okay. Oh, I can get both of those. Okay. So now blade traps are active, and I think those only are active for certain words, so yeah, you saw that. And because not starts with K, it sets that trap, so anything that runs into that becomes bye-bye. So now we are going to perk, owns, I thought I heard an achievement being made, but apparently not. Damage, let's get damage. Igloo, this is sick. Yeah, no, it's, I discovered this, this was in my discovery queue, I think. But, no, I saw this, and I was like, dang, this is really cool. It's like, really great way for me to be able to practice my typing, especially with my mechanical keyboard, which you can probably hear in the background. Because it's not loud, I don't use clicky switches, but it's like, admittedly, they are kind of clicky. They're just Gadaron Browns if you're familiar with the computers. if you're familiar with mechanical keyboards was what I meant to say. I don't know why I had to say it like that. What do I want? The meteors are pretty nice. Actually, no, the meteors are stupid. I like Hunter. Hunters aren't really that good either, honestly. Ash, yank, zone, earns, cats, tripe, unit, join, even, redo. Now this stream's just gonna be me just saying random words as I kind of type them. Voice, tough. Is this game only playable in English? That's a good question. I think there actually is other languages in this game. I remember seeing some update on, like, in the page or whatever, being like, hey, it's in Korean now or whatever, which, that would be crazy. Or maybe I read that wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. I can check that. We can check that later when I'm done with this. That would be pretty cool of this game. I mean, it would just be like adding new vocabulary lists, right? So I feel like it'd be pretty easy to get this in different languages. Although I think probably the biggest issue would probably be translating all these different kind of weapons and stuff. But feces, that's a good word. Oh, and I leveled up. Frostfang, exploding bullets. Frostfang. Okay. Ooh, Tesla mine. Tesla mines are good. I like those. Okay. Anything that basically like kind of pops up while like after I kill an enemy is basically really useful. So like you can see the Tesla mines over there in the kind of corner, the bottom left corner, and also now the top right corner. Berry, Zulu, Pipe, Tier. But yeah, no, this game's fun. It's also, it gets very hard pretty quick. Like it's easy now, but like I think once you get to like the second boss, it can definitely get pretty bad. The third boss is, God, it's not fun. It's not fun. I think the first boss is, you know, it's standard, you know, oh, it's like 3 letters or whatever, and they're kind of connected together, or like 3 letters, 3 words, and they're connected together, and it's basically just like a kind of overpowered version of these things. Basically, it just like has tons of EXP. The second boss is basically like scrambles the words, so it's basically just like complete gibberish, and it does that for like any of these kind of enemies that kind of pass through its radius or whatever, and so that's really annoying. And then the third boss is and I sorry, like I'm speaking in like, you know, I'm trying to concentrate on actually playing this game. The third boss is you have to type like a poem, but it's like completely different from like all the words. So it's like kind of like you have to like multitask, but it's also tied with the fact that like the enemies come so much more quicker. So like you barely have any time to type this random poem while also trying to kill these enemies. But DLC. Divine Purple here. It says it has interface available in other languages. Oh god. But I don't know if that changes the words you have to type. Yeah, probably not, to be honest, but... Oh, here comes the first boss. I mean, it would be cool if there were different languages, but I don't know if that's the case. Jams. I'm just looking all over. I'm like, oh. You can see my head just kind of popping up and down. It's like, whoa, where am I looking? Rerolls are kind of stupid. I don't really care about rerolls. I mean, look, I'm not the best at terms of gaming and stuff, and so don't take my word for anything. It's like if I say like, oh, this sucks, and it actually turns out it might be really good. This is the case with like Balatro and stuff, where I'm like, oh, 2 pair is probably going to be really good, only to find out that the meta is basically like trying to get like the single pair, or like not even like high cards are basically like what you really want to focus on, which I would have never thought that was the case. So that's just, I clearly don't know what I'm doing when it comes to games. Son, Erect, just like me. Kith, Opener, Inch. What? That's not a word. There's some words in here that is just like, it's not a word. Like QATS, that's not, I've never heard of that. Yakitori was one I also saw. I mean, I know that is a word. I'm just like, sometimes there's words that are like in different languages, which I think is pretty interesting. That aren't necessarily English words, but I mean, I guess it's technically an English word because, I mean, we use it in English, but like, you know what I mean. It's just like, it's borrowed from like a different language. Oh, good lord. Goes, Argue, Inky, Cade, Yarn, Sail, Wisp, Test, Labs, Empty. Oh, Vehicle. Oh my god, I almost died to the vehicle. Venom, Odds, Spoil, Data, onto Gigs, Bots. Double damage with bots. I'm trying to focus to make sure I'm not missing anything like that's coming my way, because they keep on coming. Giggity. Upgrade. What do I want to upgrade? It's probably Hunter. Yeah, Hunters are probably what I want to upgrade. Tesla mines. Yeah. Oops. Tesla mines. That would be good. Oh man, how many levels did I update? Did I just not notice that I had so much updates? Or like so many levels ups? Okay, well apparently I just had a lot of levels they just didn't even see. That's my bad. Cycle. Okay. There we go. Alright, back to the mines. Panda, joke, feature. Please be okay, there we go. And that's the first boss killed. And now it's time for a hydration break. Remember to hydrate, everyone. You ever heard of Cryptomancer? That was a very neat looking typing game I saw recently. That sounds familiar. Maybe. I haven't played it though, that's for sure, but I feel like I've heard of it. I know there's been a few like typing games out there that have come out a lot recent, or like a lot. There was a zombie one I think that I saw somebody play like a few weeks ago. I completely forgot what it's called. Yeah, I don't remember. I was gonna be like Typing of the Dead, but I think that's like an old game. Not the one I'm thinking of. Gusto. Okay. Alright, and there we go. Hey, 123 words per minute. And this also makes me realize, hey, I thought I was pretty shit at typing, but I'm actually kind of decent. It turns out words per minute is actually, you know, well, okay, then again, I'm typing random words. I'm not typing actual, like, sentences. So I'm sure my actual words per minute is probably, like, way lower than this. But, like, that's still pretty good. And accuracy is whatever. Alright, let's move on to the next trial. Alright. Okay, yard. Double damage. Igloo. Igloo. That's not how you spell igloo, but okay. Fruit. Eyes. Lake. Lend. Flan. Flan. Icky. Image. Hello. 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 Zone. Zen was zone 0. Rang. Panda. Oh, there goes Panda. No. Okay, these things are killing. I have too many drones or whatever these things are. These aren't drones, right? These are the hunters or whatever. Yeah, let's go with that one. Blade Repository. Film, redo, beats, ants, gene, laws, rich, and where's all the enemies? I'm doing too well apparently. Where it's like, you know, all my little assistants here are just killing everything. Lead, like Ziggs. I leveled up. Okay. Range is probably pretty good for me. Although crit chance is also pretty good. Crit chance. City hits. Scar. Give me my money. Where? Very. Life. Book. Oh, that's my loot. All weapons has chance. Yeah, anything that's like uncommon or rare, I'm generally like, that's probably pretty good, right? I'll go with that one. Shift. Vivid. Bat Squad. Digs. Next. Seal, Altar, Oxen. Drone speed. Let's get that up. Okay. Oh, jeez. Moan, Bowls, Kiwi, Flex. Okay, there goes all those. Neck, Stroke. I'm having one right now. Fuel, Hash, Gems, Grab. Could. I thought that's it. COVID first. I was like, COVID. Jots. Okay. All weapons damage, let's get that up. Clue, Call, Sail, Hill, Your, another level up, let's see. Let's get the evolution up a little bit. Almost done anyway. Gigs, okay. Ooh, that could be good. Quenchy, Brute, Aces, Tesla Mine has evolved. Enemies in Tesla Mine range have 20% increased chance to get status and electronic damage sources, or heat damage. Let's do heat damage. Okay. Hole. Envy, Vitorian Boy Envy, Queen, Seal, Revolver's evolved, or Peter's evolved. Shotgun or Frostfang. Frostfang? Yeah, Frostfang. I don't know why I had to doubt that. I was like, shotgun, I don't think shotgun is a good idea. Just like, seems like it's gonna be too unreliable. Yeti, Icon. Uh-oh, Zany, Quilts. Okay. Speak. Also, oh, a lot of things just evolved. Hunter. Every 12th hunter spawned is a hunter elite. Hunter chains now chained to one attack nearby. Chain lightning could be pretty useful, especially since there's gonna be a lot of enemies that are gonna be coming by in the future. Fluid. Okay. nurse, eggs, pigs, jolly, wash, O's, fun, word. I'm not sure if saying the word is actually helping me, but you know, it sure feels like it is. 10. Oral, that's what I like. Pills, ash, thud, gang, idle, onto, okay. Yeah, let's get the hunter up a little bit. Disc, eerie, movie, Viking, boo Vikings, go Paco, fish, lullaby, bees, feud. Okay, ooh, triple damage, yes please. Okay, eels, base, give me my loot. Let's see, all weapons damage plus 30, main weapon max health minus 50. Why would I do that? Ruler. Okay. Sage, Wayne, Lair, something evolved. Yeah, it's a lot of this where it's just like, you know, oh, okay, something evolved, okay, typing, oh, something evolved, typing, oh, something evolved, typing. It's just like back and forth. Magic, let's go with that one, okay. Then, that's not a word. Juice, that is a word. Youth, I don't have that anymore. Rash, aces, okay. City, flee, fidelity, okay, well, that's just as weird. Clip, I thought that said clipped. Sale. Jazz, inbox, onus, not anus. Liaison, weave, quanta, that's not really a word. Wednesday, block, leveled up, upgrade, okay. It's very much a Vampire Survivor-like, which is why I guess it has survival in its title. Yeah, that's fair. I think most of these typing games are like, you know, based around the idea of surviving. It's just like, you know, killing the enemies by typing the words and then surviving the stages is what it really all comes down to. Jelly. But yeah, no, this is, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of time today playing this game. Oh, here comes the next boss. You can see, okay, so it's on the top right, so you can see it's just a bunch of gibberish, and any of the words that come by it are basically become gibberish. So it's really hard to kill it, like Oihua, and also Sebek, and also Azers, Nexus, Feud, Paddling, Ashy, Iffy, Often, Vast, Binary, Fancy, Word. Alright. Ooh, yes, give me a shield. I'm gonna need that for later. Boost, Zippy, HHTL, Tekum, Ojo, Pergric, M-Walk, Tier, Model, onto, Army, Raise, Age, Journeys, Email, Y-Walk, I hate this so much, BPNSK, no, there goes the Ibex, Quay Walker, Dome, from, I missed the Dome, didn't I? Pear, Really, Wary, Brown, JQSX, I see I have a level up, let's do that. Okay, range, yes, please give me more range on the hunters. Okay, Polar Express, oh, the heater, erase, almost there, not really, I don't think we're even close. Oh my god, we're only a third of the way through killing the boss. DPMM, QCLQR, Expedexted, ooh, yes, freeze, thank you. Well, further, please, I can tell, I can tell. That's the word. Nice. Yo, man. Zoysia? Excuse me? This is Zoysia. York, Fair, Departed, King, whoops. Okay, it's not bothered anymore, it's now Jabberzards, Plant, TV, Zipupu. I can't see over all the weapons I have. Tesla mine. Let's go. Ionic, Gaming, deny, have, Verpy, Tigibutu, glasses. I thought that said vor, but it's full. Ear, Jidge, Halts, Cocoa A, Turnips, Marmot, Bother, okay, Black, Top, I leveled up again. Let's get that so I can get that evolved. Okay. Let's get a Hunter Elite. Angry, Grime, Quacking, the Quackening, Avid, VX the Lion will yell at me. Supply, Kiosk means that it works, and then we go with the Jackna, Muzzles, Pins Group, you know, Dake, Vibrant, Exciting, Hind, Fourpux, Ghetto, Rip to Gourmet Ghetto, Tank, Force, looked, I'm gonna, my shields, send, oh geez, Rick, JPRK, software, quickset, crowd, tendency, jaunty, fancy, goats, light, ulcer, cincy, chowy, folkso, half sick as a what tip. Was that it? Oh, whew, there we go. All right. Okay. Oh man. Oof. Okay. Time for another hydration break. All drone weapons, transfer additional drone, destroying enemy with explosive crit damage. Also, oh man, my neck's hurting me. Too stressed out playing this game. Rasp. Clearly it means my typing posture is completely terrible, and also my words per minute has gone down, and so is my accuracy. That's great. Okay, here comes the next trial. This one's a doozy. This one's quite the doozy. Especially the boss. The boss is not fun, but that's okay. We'll get to it when I get to it. So in other news that's not related to this game, not really news so much as kind of something interesting, is that if y'all don't know, I have a few of the, obviously I have a few of the clips I have on my Twitch channel, and I decided, hey, why not post them to like YouTube Shorts just for funsies, just to be like, have that out there in the world. And like, it's been crazy seeing not crazy, but like it's comparatively to the stuff, the number of views that I get for some of my stuff, like the most viewed VOD I have is I think like 30 something views. I don't know. I don't usually check the numbers that much, but because like I said, the numbers don't really care too much. But it's still kind of interesting to see like the data, especially as somebody who's a data analyst. It's interesting to see all the data and the kind of the little kind of demographics and all the stuff that kind of goes into it, of the watching and stuff, and like when do people leave, and like when do people, like how many people like continue to watch the videos and stuff like that. So like for YouTube Shorts, it's interesting to see what percentage of people end up like kind of watching the whole thing, when do they leave, that kind of thing. Obviously I think you probably might suspect is that generally people don't stay on for more than, I guess it's like 15 seconds usually, so it's like, some of my clips are like a minute long, so like most of the people are just like, I think they just like swipe up or something. But I don't think Twitch is really good for discoverability. Cross-posting on YouTube and TikTok is a much better bet. Yeah, that's kind of another reason why I did it, was because, yeah, I know Twitch is definitely not great for, like, actually, like, getting discoverability and stuff like that, so I was just like, and maybe I'll do TikTok eventually, but, like, I'm still holding out on that for now. I'm like, I'm good, I don't need that in my life, so I'll just do YouTube Shorts, and I've gotten quite a number of views. Like, I think the one that has the most so far is, like, 800, which is pretty interesting, pretty neato. There have been like 2 dislikes, but also I don't really care too much because like it's whatever. But I'm just like, that's funny. It's like, hey, I got a dislike, nice, love that. It'll be mostly positive for the most part. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then, yeah, any future kind of clips that I clip or anybody else clips, I'll kind of or I guess maybe just me, because I don't know why I do that for somebody if somebody else clipped it or anything. I'll post them to YouTube as well, you know, just to be like, you know, have that out there, just for the funsies. But that's been my life. In other life news, job hunting still sucks. The job market's still complete ass. I had one company reach out and be like, hey, we love for you to, and it wasn't like an interview request, it was like, please send us a 5 to 10 minute video about your qualifications or whatever, which is like, does that mean that you're interested? Is that just something they sound at everybody? I don't know what that means, so it's like, I guess that's cool. So like I did that, and like I'm still waiting for a response, but I'm not too hopeful, to be honest. Other than that, nothing's come up. I think I mentioned before that the job that I was interviewing for that was in Boston fell through for stupid reasons. For reasons I still think is stupid. It's like, oh, you don't have enough experience in blah blah blah, which is like, I guess, but also I feel like you can get that pretty easily. So like, I don't know, I feel like maybe it's just me being completely salty, but like, I feel like the experience stuff is kind of overrated, because it's like, I can learn that real easily. It's like, it feels like, you know, like more like, hey, is this person willing to learn? Is this person good to work with? Maybe, you know, and like, maybe they didn't want to say that in their feedback, be like, oh, this person sucks, I don't want to work with them. So maybe they come up with a shittier excuse, but like, I don't know. I'm just like, it's kind of, I didn't really believe it when they were like, oh, you don't have enough experience in this, we're looking for somebody else. Only to find out later when I was looking for jobs that they reposted the job again. So like, clearly that just means that, I don't know what they're looking for at that point. Anyway, that's just me being salty. All to say that it's tough life out there. But it's also given me time to think about how, like, honestly, like, it could be worse. Like, you know, like, hey, it could be the, like, where, like, I'm, like, desperate to get anything, like, because I don't have any money, like, savings and stuff, and so I'm, like, desperate to, like, get anything. That could be the situation I'm in, and I'm glad that I'm not, because I was able to say, oh, I thought that's a kidder. I'm hopeful that, you know, I was able to save enough money for emergency funds, because I'm always like, you know, like, oh, you never know what's gonna happen, so like, let's put some money in our savings just in case, and like kind of keep that there and like not use it for anything. It's like a kind of like a 3-month emergency fund sort of thing, which given it has been 4 months actually, but also the fact that, hey, I still get severance pay currently, or like I got severance pay through March. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to end now. If I get severance pay for April, I'm gonna be really surprised. I'm gonna lie, because they said it was supposed to be for 2 months after I got laid off. So like, I thought that meant that, oh, it's only gonna be until February, but I guess I just read that wrong. I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, free money, sure, I'll take it. And also, oh, here's the boss. Okay, so yeah, you can see the top there is the poem that I need to type out. Oh, and this is the other thing too, is like, you can see that some of the words that are coming up, like, I have to type them twice because stupidity, because I hate my life. Anyway, we are the hollow men. We are the stuffed men. I'd like to be stuffed. Loyal. Ribs. Okay. Worth. Homeland. Leaning. I will say the nice thing about this boss is that you can still, like, if you're typing other words, it still kind of counts towards it. So like, you can see, like, I'm not typing, I'm not typing, or I'm not focused on typing it, but you can see I'm still making some progress on it if I type the correct sentence, or the type letter, or if I type the correct letter. Sorry, my speech is kind of not great because I'm kind of concentrating on not dying, you know, that's a nice thing. Stir, oh, stir, give me the shield. Oh, thank you. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. I don't think I'm gonna survive this one, y'all. I don't think this is gonna be the run. Lights. Okay. Oh my god, please just let me get back into the field. World. Oh my, how many more do I have? Topic. Owns, Cozy, Mitsuta, Hiddenji, Capitals, Jibs, Regular, Emit, Heirs, Jailers, Blood, Kith, that's not a word, Kith? That's what Mike Tyson says. Now Kith. Usher, Ignites, Punches. Oh, I have to type it twice because of course I do. Onset, Vines, Vinnies, Eyes, Birdseed, Yang, Venom, Elder, Salad, Elder, Warmth, Urged, Careless, Isolate, Flora, Faulty, Search, Study, About, Dandy, Techie, Jokers, Worry. This is just me just saying the words, you know, this is quality content right here. Filled with straw, alas, our dried voices when we... Okay, I should focus on the other things now that are coming my way. Heckle, Diets, Probuscus, out... What the heck? Plants? Outstrip. Why aren't you dying? Diets. Math. Nostrum. Adorn. Quake. Mainly. Warrior. Divine. Oh, thank you. Fifth. I plead the fifth. Summer. Zonks. March. Vivid. Rival. Liaison. Maidenless. Wheats. Parody. Pearl. I'm just kidding. That's spicy. That's probably platypus. Seven. Oh god, locate. Oh, thank god. Okay. Yearnful. Quackery. Latino. Oh, why do I have to type it? Oh god. Visible. With. Music. Knuckles. Urban. Oh god, I'm dying. Oh, send help, I'm dying. Oh, bacon, cookie, paid, house, party, fancy, creamy, vanish, typist, that's what I'm doing right now. Zygote, society, oh god, I'm panicking, I'm making mistakes. Message, wheat thins, nuclear, origins, ailing, rice. Oh, okay. I think I had a whole bunch of level ups I just completely was neglecting there. Let's see, what do I want to do with my life? Blade trap. Let's get the duration for that a little bit up. Okay. Duration. Yeah, duration's probably better right now. Rice. Okay, yes, freeze, thank you. Ensure. Killing. Vines. Denim. Quick. Oh shit, quickest. Reset. Visions. Enigma. Juicy. Taking. Jiving. Zodiac. Solar. Case. You. Oaken. Kiosk. Gears. Stone. Unable. I'm unable. Naughtier. Not here. Pipes. Ladder. Fraction. Exert. Okay. Thrusts. Tanner. Squander. Oh no. Squander. I'm gonna squander my chance. Exhauster. Nuts. Get a grip. Waxing. Jump. Oh, fuck. Alright, well. I survived for 9 minutes and 7 seconds. I can count. Yeah, okay. Let's do it again. Or here, let's do endless mode. Let me do an endless mode. Also, I can't play this game for long stretches because my god, my body's aching right now for some reason. I think the way I think whatever position I'm in when I'm typing is just really bad for my body. And so I just tense up way too much, and so I have really stiff shoulders right now. Ow. Okay. Let's get back into it. Return to main menu. Okay. Wait, do I have enough money for some of these? Oh, I can do heat ray. I can do this one, heat ray. Fires a constant beam of incredibly accurate concentrated light that does damage over time. Okay, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. So this one I haven't tried. This weapon or whatever. So this should be interesting. Oh, whoa! What is this? What is that? Urge? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I like that. VO inlay. Oh, I don't like this actually. I don't think I really like this. Land easy zone, because you can see it has to like stay. Oh no! Did I just lose? I just lost damage, didn't I? Hour. Oh, this is different. Flex. Kiwi. Okay. Please give me something useful. Like a hunter. Please just give me a hunter. Something useful that's not just this weapon, because this is not working. This is not going to work once. It's like, I need to have them. Oh man. Lab. Because now it's just like I need to have them like kind of wait, and then I need to move on to the next word. I can't just be typing words willy-nilly. Oh man. Oh man. Back. Trust. Okay. Oh, please give me other words. Specters. Ayo spawns fast melee drone. Melee drones equivalent to the number of the above matched. Or I can do a Tesla mine. Let's do a Tesla mine. Oxen meat. Ding. Or add seed, joke, blue, mice, nova, mine, high, nods, best, team, limits, evil. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Inky, mobs, fast. Leveled up again. New weapon. Oh, oscillator. Oscillator's really good. I've used that a lot in the runs past, and it's been really useful. And I think it's especially going to be useful now, in combination with this current weapon, the main weapon I have right now. Skill, worth, weedy, farm, alt, fights, issue, revolve, time, very ugly, left, file, sits, joys, oven, audio, Eber, leveled up. Tesla mine, hunter, or heat ray. Let's go duration with the hunter. Well, yeah, hunter. Voted. I sure didn't vote for them. Bear, iris, work. Water. My water gave out. I don't know how I feel about that. Lest, jolt, beef, quash, gibbet, yeety, foot, used, turn, full, leveled up. Okay, please give me a new weapon, actually. I much prefer a new weapon over my durations. Beam thickness. Yeah, give me more thick. I like to be more thick. Miss. Ugly. Code. Hard. That's what I am right now. Airy. Wraps. Then. Bolts. Foot. Deny. Wacky. That sounds pretty wacky. 0. Then was zone 0. Axe. Wait, was that zone? Now it's zone. Hey, it was from 0 to zone. Really is whatever that. I know that's a game. I know that's a game. Obviously that's a game, but like I've never played it and I don't even know what it's about. All I know is I think it's a gacha game for Coop, and I already play enough gacha games as is. And personally, I don't really play those types of gacha games. Except Umamusume was honestly the first gacha game that I played that wasn't a mobile game. So Or that's not what I meant to say. Umamusume was the first gacha game that I played that wasn't a rhythm game. I think that's what I meant to say. I don't know why. I think I said mobile game. Like they're all mobile games. Okay, but yeah, it's the first one that didn't have rhythm gaming as like its kind of focus. So other than that, like I really don't play those types of games anyway. Although I guess now I exclusively play those because I don't play any rhythm games anymore. Because I stopped playing Bondori, and then I stopped playing Project Sakai. So now I only really play Gakumasu and Uma, which aren't rhythm games. Oh well. Forks. Guys, what are you doing? Egos, will, whale, deal. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Okay, we got a level up and we got a hunter. Hunter elite. Hunter elite was pretty nice when I had that last time. Okay. Yeah, let me get more spread. I need more spread, if you know what I mean. And I'll get some oscillator crit chance. Okay, area, palm, your, yarn, gram, Instagram, berry, perky, tier, area. Oh, here comes the boss. Just in time for my heat ray to evolve. Okay, let's see. Do I want blaster? Okay, wait. Now fires an independent multi-hit laser projectile instead of a constant beam. I like that a lot better. I'd rather prefer that, so let's go with that one. Wait, so what happens? Oh, yeah, that's much better. Oh my god, I like that a lot better. Radish, turn, force, flush, flee, walk, fired, nods. Yeah, because it's a lot more faster now to get that rather than what I was doing before with the constant beam. Well, it's Shafe, Same, Pyre, Bank, Cats, in Kazuyo, near the deli, where you can find a belt of zilches, and let's go get some junk food with the Yulons and the, whoops, more spread. With the Yulons and the pies and the nose and the mock. And once we get a case of the ugly, then we can go to the operas and get some corny jades with some arches in the jamming arty zinc. And if it's pretty iffy for you, that's okay, because there's always a table full of zany kudzus. I know you hate it, but it's the fable that you had to have the darts. And there may be quakes of the units there, but and life is pain, Dio, but everybody knows that if you don't lie, then you can nail fast. And that Tofu always trusts the left. So go get some urns and talk about the view, and enjoy some Thin Mints. Enjoy mobs, because Fine is dead, and joys of life is all in the Inzek card with seals on it. Lulu. Trying to create a story here. Mock, hamster, sour, exit. Oh, I need to level up. Ooh, twin-headed. Yes. That's exactly what I need. And then, yeah, give me more thickness. I want to be maximum thick. Owls, shells, gill, elbow, sling, seal, favor, rare, curve, nosy, kiosk, lead, nods, yeah, wheats, yipe, galleons, hence, self, alts, undo, reactor. It's unclear whether I can earn enough money to make back what I was losing. Then again, I wasn't losing that much money to begin with, so it's fine. I don't know what my story was there, but it can be zippy, and it can be tearing into a new self. But if you're fake and if you're willing, and if there's no problem, then your toes might be corny. And you can be wrapped with some orbs in the train of mist. And don't impede everybody's progress. I'm sorry, Zaxxas is not a word. Fuel. Eat it. Paste. Safe. Weapons. Yak. Token. Uric. Exploit. Eerie. Khaki. I'm wearing khakis. Okay, Jake from State Farm. Trout, Lagoon. Seconds. Yeah, there we go. Whew. Oh man. Yeah, my left shoulder is very achy right now. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's do, what do we want to do? I'll do the prize. I think that's the least worst out of all those. All right, 127 words per minute. Let's go. Okay, trial 2. Get ready. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Can you see how ready I am? In fact, I'm so ready I can level up. Okay. Rate of fire. Yes, please. And also beam thickness. Yes, please. Give me more thickness. I want to be thick. I want to be the thick anime girl of my dreams. That's the whole reason why I did this. Aqua. Is Aqua thick? Let's not get into that question. Never mind. Baby. Fist. Don't fist the baby. Don't fist the baby. Please don't fist the baby. I don't like that. Don't fist babies. Put that in the quote. Put that in the quote sheet or whatever. Don't fist babies. Donk, kiosk, beer, keys, Earl Grey tea, yams, quiz, if I can spell that right, berry, chat. Hey chat, how's everybody doing? Speaking of chat, how's chat doing? I don't think I've even asked that today. I've been too busy between my getting everything ready and all the shenanigans that I haven't even asked how everybody's doing in chat. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a good day. Today was standard usual for me. I think I was busy I got this game today and then I kind of played it for the most part and then I was getting ready for stream, so it wasn't really too much for me, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy going on in my life. Nice cash, judo, hoist, wise. I dodged a return to the office order for my work. Nice, love that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I mean, I guess it depends on the job, right? Depends on which job you have. But like, if you have a job, like a programming-ish job or whatever, or like some sort of like, you know, like job with the computer or stuff, like, do you really need to be in the office? Like, for me at least, like, for my job, I really, like, we did not need to be in the office at all. And in fact, I think for the 2 people in my team that were local, like, they never came to the office. Like, they readily admit that they were better working from home because of all the distractions in the office. And they were both like very like extroverted people who were very you know, talky and stuff. So whenever they did come to the office, they'd always, you know, like be talking to people and like hamming it up and whatever. And so it's just like, yeah, I'd rather, you know, if I need to get work done, I'm not going to be in the office, that's for sure. So that'd definitely be a deal breaker if you try to make me go back in without compensating. No, for sure. I mean, because like the commute and all that stuff, it's just like it sucks, and it's just like it's not worth it. I mean, for me, I'll be 100% honest, like the only reason why I went to the office when I did work was because I did work so much better. I've worked so much better in an office setting than at home. At home, I feel like I get distracted way too easily, and so I can't really get work done. But in the office, even though it's like nobody's really watching you, but it's like, it still feels like it, because it's like everybody can see what, because like especially in like open office settings, it's like people can see what you're doing. So if it looks like you're not working, and then people are like, oh, that guy doesn't work, oh no, and it's just like it's like the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I have to do work. So that's the only reason why I went to the office. But yeah, otherwise, like I would just like, because working from home is so much better. It's just like, you know, between the fact that I can just wake up at 9 a.m. and then just like get out of my bed and just sit on my computer and then start work. And that's like, wow, that's so nice. And then, yeah, it's like, you know, not having to deal with people is also a really nice thing, especially for me being the introverted, shy person that I am. Like, social interaction, like, there's a certain limit of social interaction I can take before it's just too much for me, so that's why I'm just like, I'd rather not for the most part. So, I don't know, it's a weird double-edged sword for me, for sure, but... Anyway, I mean, anyway, yeah, all that to say, I'm glad you don't have to go back to the office. I mean, it's so stupid, like, with companies, like, a lot of the jobs I've been applying to, too, has been like, oh, like, this requires being in the office, and it's like, but why? It's just like, especially for me, Mr. Data Analyst, who I can do my job from home, it's like, why you make me go to the office? It's like, what are you doing? What do you want from me? It's like... I don't know, but also I can't be picky, unfortunately, with that kind of stuff. Data, nice. So, unfortunately, you know, with the jobs that are like, oh, you know, required to be in the office, like, a certain number of days a week, and it's a job that's in a different location, and then it's just, it's whole thing of, okay, well, I guess I have to move there if I end up getting this job, which, you know, I know that's getting way ahead of myself, but that's definitely a thing. My dad's company is forcing everyone to return to office, even though like 2 years ago they said they wouldn't be, and a lot of people to move out of state. Dude, yeah, that's... I'm gonna put my angry face for that. Stuff like that is just so stupid. It's just like, you know, it's just like, oh, like, hey, oh, it's like, they're like, oh yeah, well, totally fine, you know, like, we'll definitely have everybody, you know, like, work remote for the future. It's like, we're totally not gonna have people, you know, return to office. You'll be fine. And then people move their families to different locations because of that, and then suddenly it's like, oh, sorry, false alarm, everybody has to go to office now. And it's like, oh, well, I just moved my family. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, that's so stupid. And I think the worst part about that usually is like, and I'm not saying this is all companies, but like a lot of the companies, like the executives are pretty exempt from that. So it's like rules for thee, not for me sort of thing, where it's like, oh, like everybody has to come back to the office. Oh, but like here's the executive suites, and it's like, oh, but they work in like fucking Bahamas or whatever, and it's like, oh, they don't have to go to the office, and it's like, oh, it's because it's, you know, it's just, suck it, nerds, that kind of thing. So it's annoying. It's definitely annoying for sure. But yeah, I mean, that's the worst thing, is like when they renegade from their words. I think then people can like have like a really good, like, you know, be like justifiably angry at that and be like, but you said that we'd be fine working remote, and now you're telling us we have to come back to office. It's like, oh, rebellion. So it'd be annoying and really not necessary for the most part, basically. Yeah, it's unfortunately seems like it's becoming more and more common where like a lot of the jobs are like at least hybrid. So it's like, oh, you have to come to the office these days a week. Unfortunately, the companies are realizing that they can just get people in the office and nobody can really complain too much, because the job market sucks, because the whole threat of, well, if you're saying that, now I'm gonna, you know, get a different job. You can't really do that because it's hard for people to get jobs as is, so people, they see through people's, you know, guises through that, I guess, which sucks, because, yeah, like, there's tons of people that I know, like, that hate their jobs but don't want to quit because they don't want to be put in this current job market where it's like, you know, like, oh, like, I can't get a job because there's so many other people who are, well, I don't know if it's specifically because of that in this case, but for my industry, there's so many people applying to these jobs that it's like, it's so hard to stand out. Like, for data analytics in general, I've talked about this so many times, where it's like, there's so many, like, there's hundreds of applicants for any given, like, data analyst, data scientist job, that it's like, for me, like, my whole routine has been, like, look at jobs that have been posted within the last day, and then like, you know, apply for those so I can be one of the first to apply for that. Because if you apply past that, it feels like you kind of get lost in the void, pretty much, so to speak. And even then, it's just like, even jobs that have been posted for like a few hours still like on LinkedIn are like, oh, over 100 people already applied, and it's like, how the frick is like there are this many people that have applied to this job? It's freaking crazy, man. It's the job market, it be sucking. But hey, you know, it could be worse. I could have a job that I hate, and I could have a job that I hate and just hate my life, and then have to spend a majority of my time in that job. But instead, I'm here, and I can do whatever the hell I want. I can wake up whenever the hell I want. I can go to sleep whenever the hell I want. It's great, in a way. It'll suck when I, you know, eventually don't have any money, but we'll get to that point when we get to that point. And hey, it got me to do this in the first place, the whole streaming thing, so, you know, take that for what it's worth, I guess. Finally got me out of my butt and actually do the stuff that I wanted to do. And now we're here. And now I'm here as cute anime girl. Truly, life be crazy sometimes. Speaking of crazy, oh boy, there's a lot of things here, although I'm honestly not doing too badly right now. I'm like, it seems like it's pretty chaotic, but like, I'm doing okay. Well, maybe I'm speaking too soon, I don't know. A few more. Xania, also we'll have evolutions. Bills. Okay. Oh, sec. Okay. Punch. Oh, C, D, F, E. Oh man, the gibberish one. The gibberish one sucks. It's not the worst though. I still feel like the poem one is. The only reason why the poem, or the third boss is so bad is because it's that combined with the fact that like it has the ability to trigger that kind of thing where it's like the word, you have to type the word twice, which sucks because it's like that just makes it so much harder, and it's combined with all the kind of the increased number of words that are coming at you, if you know what I mean. So it's very left door. It's very overwhelming is the word I meant to say. Night. Oh, shoot, and it changes. Okay, well, that's good. Linzo, Erin, Inner, Bangs, Smarts, Nerve, and we're back to me saying the words I'm typing. Swamp. Inlet. Golden. Hence. Night. Cliff. Urban. Oh, that's its bike. Oh, Isle. Kids. Dream. Kindred spirits. Inhales. Savior. Endry. Lane. Hero health. Hefty. Mouse. XHLF. Unfazed. I'm very phased right now. I'm not unfazed. Oof, okay. Get another level up. Oscillator. Ooh, blade trap. Please give me another weapon. Thank you. I'm surprised it's giving me another weapon. I didn't think it would give me a weapon this late in the game. So, ooh. Uh-oh. Zebra. Judge. Hugs. Oh, thank you. Techgrapple. Edinburgh. Kiosks. Gil. Oh my god, I can barely see the words. Kimonos. Eats over all the things that are happening in code. Oh god, other names. Feel. Jesting. Exam. Peace. Is. Evil. Yaklo. Set the I'm just gonna focus on the boss. I'm just yes, there we go. So I'm just gonna try and get the boss to get got. Whew. Okay. Ooh, yes, harmonizer. Give me that one. Give me all my stuff. Next tile. Okay, get ready. Okay. Give me all my evolutions. Ooh, another beam. Yes, double-sided. Give me that. And then blade repository. Yes. And then flute, stabilized plasma, and then ooh, abundant. Yes. And then Joker. Okay. All right. We should be pretty well set for the next herd that's coming. Okay, I can calm down a little bit now. Okay. What other things be going on in life? Oh, the new anime season's about to start pretty soon. Hope everybody's excited for that. I personally, like, here's the thing, I don't watch that much anime anymore, but there is definitely one that I'm very excited for, and that is Umamusume Cinderella Grey. I think that's gonna, if they adapt that right, I think that's gonna be as good, if not better, than the second season of the anime, or second season of Umamusume. I think the manga for that is so good. It's based off a manga. It's kind of a spin-off. I think I talked about this before. It's basically a spin-off of, based on the main character is Oguri Cap, who is kind of one of the side-ish characters from this first season or whatever. She's kind of like the glutton of the group, but she actually had a really good racing career. And so it's basically that. Cinderella Grey is basically about her career, going from kind of the countryside school over to like the central Tokyo Racing Academy, and then winning races there. It's super good. It's super good story. I've been reading the manga since the first few chapters that it came out. It's pretty hype. It's definitely a lot more grittier than the original, not the original, than the kind of, I guess, anime, the first 3 seasons of anime, so to speak. It's kind of in the same vein as the OVA / the movies, the Beginning to the New Era and the Road to the Top. But I think it's a lot more grittier than that for sure. If they adapt the art styles, it is definitely very gritty. So not in a bad way for sure, but it's definitely a bit different. In fact, I think Cinderella Grey doesn't even have the Pretty Derby subtitle to the title. It's literally just Umamusume Cinderella Grey. So it's a little bit different. There's no Pretty Derby in there. No prettiness in it. I mean, it still looks really good. I'm not saying it's ugly or anything, but it's definitely one that I'm really looking forward to. And I don't know what else is coming out. I don't know what else is really coming out next season. I'm sure there's probably like other anime. I know the summer season is going to be really hype. Like, I know the summer season there's going to be tons of great shows that are going to come out. In fact, let me take a little bit of a break to look at the upcoming season. Really quick. Also, this is good for me because I'm just my shoulder's killing me right now for some reason. Not good. Spring 2025 anime. See what we got here. Okay. Fire Force Season 3. Killing Slimes for... Oh, it's another isekai baloney. There's something on my screen. And also, what the frick is this? Go the frick away. Okay. Sorry, I forgot it's April Fool's, so they have random stuff in my anime list right now. Windbreaker Season 2. What is Windbreaker? I don't know what that is. The beginning after the... I don't know what that is. Oh, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Oh yeah, that's a spin-off or whatever. Oh my god, I forgot that got an anime. The Please Put 'em on Takamine-san. That is such trash. That is so trash. Oh my god. Aharen-san Season 2. And a boy-girl friendship survive. I've heard that the female main character, the female MC in that, the main character, is actually a terrible person, so we're not watching that. Okay, so anything in here that even looks remotely interesting, I guess, is what I'm... Ooh, Kowloon Generic Romance. I remember reading the manga for that a long time ago. I don't know why I ended up dropping it. I don't know. It was pretty interesting for what it was. Kowloon Generic Romance might be something. Summer Pockets. Yeah, Umamusume Cinderella Grey. Yep, that's it. That's definitely. I guess that's the only show I'm watching next season, because like other than that, none of these really look that interesting. But if we look at summer, we have. Well, first of all, we start with My Dress Up Darling season 2. I mean, that's already, you know, getting up there. Dandadan season 2, right? I completely forgot, because like it ended on the cliffhanger. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like Dandadan that much, to be honest. Like, okay, I still finished it, so like, I mean, obviously that means, you know, I kind of liked it, but like, I gave it a 6, so like, take that for what it's worth. I mean, I rate anime pretty harshly, so like, I mean, 6 is still pretty good, but like, I don't know, I just didn't really get into it. I honestly thought that the opening song was my favorite part of everything out of all of it, so. And I didn't like how it ended on a cliffhanger there. I guess we'll get that to look forward to in July, so. Dandadan. Called Night Season 2, Rising Shield Hero. Oh, another Bunny Girl Senpai, or I guess it's Santa Claus or whatever. I wasn't really a huge fan of that, to be honest. I don't know if I'll be watching that one. Grand Blue Season 2. Oh, Kaoru Hana wa Rin Tusaku. That one. The fragrant flower blooms something something. I don't know what the English translation that is. That's a really good romance manga. It's good. I'll say this, I liked it. It just, the characters just, I think it's a whole meme of like the whole, like the characters apologize way too much. Actually, hold on, what am I doing? If I'm doing this, I might as well be showing my PC. I'm sorry, I don't know why I wasn't been showing my PC like that. And let me zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, because like this one, Kaoru Hana wa Rin Tosaku. It's kind of like a variation on oh my god, this freaking thing is so annoying, this pop-up. Hello. But it's basically like a Romeo Juliet sort of thing, where it's like, oh, like, you know, you have the all boys school, which is kind of considered publicly to be like a delinquent school, versus like the all girls school, which is right next to it, which is like the hot, like the prestigious Ojo Sama, like everybody, like such high prestige class. And they exist in two different worlds, but then it's like this, the blonde guy and then the short girl here end up, you know, getting closer because the short girl goes to this guy family owns a bakery in which the girl goes to a lot, and so they kind of get together and they kind of become more closer together. It's honestly like like I said, it's a really good romance story. My only gripe, well, one, I think the reason why I stopped reading it was because it got licensed by Kodansha, who has by far the worst anime or manga reader service out there, K manga. It's terrible. They pretty much just killed all discussion from that. But even before that, I was still kind of being a bit iffy on that because it was, the characters just apologize way too much. Like, it became a meme in the manga subreddit where it's just like, how many times does the character say sorry in the chapter? Like, they actually had a counter going. So it's good. I mean, I think this has potential for sure. Definitely would recommend it. I haven't read anything in forever. Do you still use Mihon? I still use Mihon, yeah. And by Mihon, I use Manga Dex for the most part. Manga Dex and a combination of other services like that are actually like legit and not pirated, because technically Manga Dex is pirated if we really have to be honest. Sakamoto Days, Gachikusa. How the hell does this still keep getting seasons? The Rent-A-Girlfriend? I don't know, man. That's just, I don't understand how this still gets seasons. Although I will say, I think this isn't this the season that the infamous chapter 217, 218 or whatever is going to come out. Which, for those of you who don't know, the main character, the reason why that chapter is so famous is because that, and I mean this is spoilers, but who gives a shit? The main character fantasizes like his like love interest or girlfriend getting cucked, and then he like, you know, gets off from that, and it's just like, that's so horrible. It's so like, what the hell is this? And it became such a meme. I'm pretty sure that's going to get adapted in this season, so I'm excited for that. I'm legitimately going to be pretty excited for that. Dr. Stone, Summer Hikaru died. I think this one's looked pretty interesting. Oh, City Day Animation. This is Nichijou, but like it's like kind of a spin-off of Nichijou in a way. Like you can see, like if you look at the key visual, definitely looks very Nichijou vibes. And I think it's from the same mangaka, so Cities this season? No, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at summer right now, because next season's honestly looking pretty bare. Um there's no freaking way I'll be your lover. Oh, this one. This is by the same guy who wrote what was it called? A whisper into you or whatever, or like a whisper something something something. Hold on. Whisper. It's the same guy who wrote where the heck, hello? Uh Where's the author for this? Hello? Why can't I? Am I stupid? Am I not seeing it? Characters, reviews, entrees, entry, whatever. Okay. Oh, wait. Uh, wait a second. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Light novel, art. This one. Yeah, it's the same person who Whisper Me a Love Song. That one. Which, God, what a shame. This ended up being such a horrible anime. Because the manga is actually pretty decent. It's actually pretty decent Yuri manga, but the anime adaptation was such garbage. So garbage. It's unfortunate, but yeah, the same character designer, so same. You can kind of see the similarities. This is also Yuri, so yeah, I guess that's looking forward to that. Excited for that and Call of the Night season 2. I need to watch Call of the Night. There's a lot of stuff I need to watch, but yeah, Call of the Night is definitely something I need to watch. Maybe I might watch that before. I say these things like I might watch it before it airs, but I never do. 100 Girlfriends is also season 2, even though I never seen season 1. Yeah, I think it just finished airing, or it's about to finish airing soon. The 100 Girlfriends. I watched a little bit of it. The season 2. I'm not fully caught up. Otherwise, I think I would have been finished. But it's good. Season 1's definitely really good. Would recommend, even if you have read the manga. I think it just adds a little bit to it. That's really fun. 100 Girlfriends, but Call of the Night had really pretty cars. Yeah, the visuals looked really nice in that. Looked really appealing. This, oh, I've been reading the manga for this. Mika Dono, whatever. They did. I think they finally animated the mega 2-page text to dialogue. I heard about that. I saw a tweet about it. So yeah, I think they actually did. They actually did adapt it. Which, man, I'm so glad they did that. I was looking forward to seeing what the anime would do for that. This one's interesting for sure, but I don't know. I wouldn't really recommend it, to be honest. I don't know why I still read the manga for this. Basically, it's like these 3 genius girls, and then this guy who is very ordinary and the son of a famous actress, but like he only inherited her looks or whatever, and then he ends up becoming like their caretaker or whatever. It ends up becoming like a harem romance, so it is what it is, but it's alright, I guess. Bowling anime. Also Matsu. Huh, that's still being aired, huh? Utari solo camp. Hey, another camping. Man, no, but the summer season looks really stacked for the most part. It's definitely looks like there's going to be a lot of stuff for there. And yeah, spring is starting right now, so I know there's some of these shows have already started. But like I said, out of all of these, I think the only one I'm probably really going to watch is down here, Umamusume Cinderella Grey. I highly recommend it. Although maybe I shouldn't recommend it. I don't know. Well, I mean, Side Games Pictures. I mean, I don't think this can go wrong. But I mean, it's real. I can't guarantee anything. If they adapt it well, I think it'll be really good. So look forward to that one, I guess. But yeah, should pick up anime to start watching. I'm kind of burned out on games right now. I feel that, yeah. I mean, I'm still like getting into games for the most part. I mean, I just got my PC pretty recent, not even pretty recently. It's been months. What am I saying? Pretty recently. But no, I'm still finding a lot of games that I've wanted to play for quite a long time. So it's kind of going through that. Yep, 100 Girlfriends. This is the season that just finished. Apothecary Diaries. Eh. Oh, there was one other show that I started watching from this last season that I thought was really good. This one, it's a romance. Kono Kaisha ni Suki no Hita na Hita. Why am I even trying to pronounce these? I have a crush at work. It is a refreshing take on romance because it's actually like it's a workplace. It's similar to Wotakoi, and it's a I don't know why I'm comparing it to Wotakoi. It's a workplace romance. It's adults. And then these two are dating and they're in the same company and they're hiding their romance from the company because they don't want it to get out or something like that. To lose the piece of their professional lives, afraid to lose that. Yeah, basically. I've watched 2 episodes of it so far. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'd recommend it. It's pretty cute for what it is. But it's hard to say because again I haven't actually finished it yet. But I'll probably binge it over the next few days and see if it's any good. Been playing nothing but super thinky strategy games for like the past 3 months, so my brain is dying. Yeah, I mean for me I'm just like I can't. It's not that I can't get into those games. I just feel like, to your point, it's just like a lot of it is like a lot of like thinking and like thinky strategy stuff where I'm just like, man, I do that enough for work. It's just like when I play games, I just want to relax and have a good time. So that's why I kind of really can't get into those games. I remember being put off by Wotakoi because of their side characters. I hated that their only thing was they fought and argued. Yeah, no, that was also annoying to me. And then I always thought it was super funny because it's like, they argued so much and it's like, man, this is not a healthy relationship. But then they're like, but then there were moments it's like, because the anime like tried to play it up, like, oh, but they're totally fine. They actually really love each other. But it's like, but they argue so much. It's like, this cannot be healthy. Like, if this is a couple in real life, and I knew couples like that in real life where they were like, they argued so much all the time, you would think like no, no, it's not good. So I don't know. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic like that. Yeah, no way is that a healthy relationship. It is not. It is not. I mean, anime, obviously, suspension of disbelief and all that, but even then, it's just like this is not good. For me, Wotakoi, I liked Wotakoi, the concept. I just feel like the execution wasn't there for the anime. Like the backgrounds were just something about the artistic style and like the composition, it was just lacking to me, which is a shame because I really enjoyed the concept and the idea. Like the adult romance part. So I'm really hopeful for this one. Again, too early for me to say whether it's really, really good, but like I do enjoy this, so I might have to binge this over the next few days. Same with 100 Girlfriends. Also, side note, I read the manga for this before it got really shitty. Before it became a harm. Yeah, no, don't watch this. Would not recommend this one. What else is there from the last season? Is there anything else that's really notable? Medalist. Medalist is one I've heard really good things about, and I honestly want to pick this up. I'm sorry this has become such a like this has suddenly become like a talk about anime stream rather than my actual like playing the game stream, but who cares? Whatever. It's my stream, I do what I want. But no, Medalist, I've heard great things about this one. And yeah, look how high the rating is, so like people really enjoy it. I should pick this up for sure. I think I heard that there's a second season that's coming out of this one, so yeah, I have to add this to my watch list for sure. Is there anything else from this season that I might need to pick up? Grisaya. Oh man, that's a throwback. The Grisaya series from the visual novel series, at least that's what I'm talking about. Man, that's I need to read the second Grisaya no Meika. I don't even remember what it's called. The Labyrinth of Grisaya. I need to read that, dude. That's I had that on my old computer. I wonder if I can load that onto this computer. Maybe I can start reading that. Read my visual novel, my H visual novels on my 32-inch monitor, and then everybody's like, because like I have my computer set up, unfortunately, so that people, if like visible through my window, so it's like just read it during the daytime. Hell yeah. Yeah, Grisaya. It is a blast from the past. My friend told me about it a ton in high school. I actually had the crew in Grisaya on Steam. Yeah, I read the Fruit of Grisaya way, like, I think in high school? No, college, high school, like one, even like kind of early when I started getting into anime. Like before I got into anime, I got into visual novels, and that was one of the first ones I read, the Fruit of Grisaya. Um, I really enjoyed it. Sachi, best girl, by the way. But yeah, no, I think this is just like a spin-off or whatever. So like, this is not really, this doesn't have any of the side character. It's, yeah, it looks like it's like a many years in the future sort of thing. So yeah, whatever. Um, Bandori Ave Mujika. Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of like I fell off Bandori a long time ago. Um, I've heard this and Mygo are really good like drama based shows. Maybe I might give it a shot one day, but like I don't really, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it'd be my jam anyway, so I don't think I'd really get into it. What the heck is this? What is this key visual? Just like they're all just sitting in the pool. What is that? Oh my god. Okay. Is there anything? Nah, I think that's pretty much okay. Well, that was our anime tangent side tangent corner. Hope everybody has a good anime viewing experience as the new season starts. Let's get back into the actual game, shall we? Okay, where was I? Regeneration, sear, flammable. Let's do sear. I was about to, I don't know why I clicked it. I was like, I shouldn't click it. But yeah, no, speaking of visual novels, yeah, visual novels were the first, my first foray into like anime, manga sort of thing, like that kind of Japanese culture. Because before I got into anime, I think the first visual novel I read was the one that a lot of people read first, which is Katawa Shoujo, which if you don't know translates, and I don't think it's a word, it's not a good word for disabled girls, but like basically that's what it translates to. Like Katawa is something that you should not use, is what I've basically learned over the last few years. But they used it because it's a visual novel made by 4chan, which is a really fun story there. But it's surprisingly, it's really nice. I talked about it before on stream. It's basically about this guy who gets a heart condition and has to transfer to a school which is for disabled people. And then he befriends, air quotes, a whole cast of girls. It is honestly really touching. I will admit that I think I cried at one of the routes, Lily's route. Lily, best girl, by the way. And it was very good. And it definitely got me into that sort of thing. Oh no, here's the third boss. Oh god, I am yet what I am, none cares or knows my friends forsake. Oh, here it comes. Okay. Beans. Me and my friends at 4 a.m. looking for beans. Impaired. Cereal. Okay. Ledge. Tested. Unreleased. Yeah, but because Katawa no Shoujo was definitely like, you know, my first foray into visual novel, and I've read quite a few other visual novels since then. Off the top of my head, one I can remember. G Senjou no Mao, Devil on G String. That one was alright. Fruit of Grisaya. I've read a lot of key visual novels, so like I have not read Clannad, but I do have Clannad, how you pronounce it. I have like a box set of that, so I could read it at any point. Because I have it, but I have that. I have not read that, sorry. I've read Little Busters, I've read Key, I haven't read the, actually no, I guess that's it for the Key visual novels that I've read. It's Little Busters and the Rewrites, which by the way, Rewrites anime adaptation also, most visual novel anime adaptations of visual novels are terrible because there's no way that they can fit all of the content in like a single core of anime. So like I'm thinking like Grisaya, Majikoi was terrible. Yeah, Rewrite was terrible. Little Busters wasn't that bad. I think Clannad is kind of like the exception to the rule of like visual novel adaptations. Actually, there's a few exceptions. Steins Gate is another good example. The Fate series is another. I guess there's a lot of good examples out there that are like visual novels that are actually good anime. But most of the time they aren't. It really depends. Yeah, about that. Clannad, need to read that for sure. Majikoi. Majikoi was great. I love Majikoi. It was so hilarious. The full name of that, it's like Machi de Watashi ni... I don't freaking remember. It's like, it's not my fault that you're... It's like a light novel-esque long title, but it's basically called Majikoi. Super hilarious visual novel. Also has one of the most questionable age scenes I've ever seen in a visual novel. Which basically, I'm not gonna lie, is basically the guy just raping the girl. I'm sorry if that kind of triggered somebody, one of y'all. I probably should have said the R word or something, but like, yeah, basically did that, and it's just like, cause like he wanted to like, cause she was I guess the backstory was like she was gonna move back to like wherever she came from. Like she moved to the city, or like their city, and then became like part of their friend group, but then it's like, oh, suddenly I need to move back. And then he's like, and I think at that point they were in a relationship. Or were they in a relationship? It might have been even worse if they weren't in a relationship. They may not have been, which makes it so much worse. No, I think they were in a relationship. And then like he was like, oh no, I have to stop her from moving. And so his brilliant plan was to, yeah, basically like capture, like I guess kidnap her, and then, you know, do the deed with her tons of times. Like apparently, like he did this whole thing of like, I'm gonna save up like for a week so that, you know, it's just like so that she's, and it's like, you know, it's standard like, you know, like porn like game, I guess, like those like kinds of games like Logic, but it's like, it's that kind of thing. And the whole time I was just like, man, that's questionable. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, if I have to be honest. So other than that, the visual novel's good. It also had one of my favorite characters, not even like visual novels, but like just straight up one of my favorite characters. Oh my god, so many level ups. Is... Oh, it never stops coming. Just like that guy. It had, yeah, one of my favorite characters in like anything, honestly, really. Which, yeah, I mean, honestly, not anything too special. That's such a horrible way of putting it, but she's like standard, like, you know, like really energetic Yankee. She's like very, I think they pretty much just call her like Wonko, which is like, you know, dog, and just, like, because she basically has dog-like energy, but she, I don't know, she's like, it's the combination of that plus the fact that like she is so, because like her whole thing is that she gets adopted by the family. I'm sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on like getting this done. And oh my god, I'm only 14% done of this boss, Jesus. But she gets adopted by like the this like the main, like the family or whatever, which is like this karate, like the whole point of Majikoi is like, it's like this martial arts like kind of like alternate world where like people are like have special powers and stuff. Not that that's really important, like really it's the humor that really makes it more than anything. Like I didn't really care too much about the fights and stuff, because again, it's a visual novel, right? It doesn't really have that much to offer in terms of like actual like visuals. It's just like, you know, the CGs and stuff. So the humor is really what it comes down to. But basically, like that character, Kazuko, is like adopted by the family, and she's trying to, and that family is like, you know, like a really indigenous, like, oh god, is a really prestigious family, and so she's trying to be like the headmaster of the dojo or whatever, but she's actually she's good, but she's not that good. So like she struggles to try and, you know, like be like, you know, like to the level of her sister, who is like kind of the heir inherent to the master of the dojo or whatever. And so I guess spoiler warnings, but her story basically becomes the fact that she has to realize that she is never going to be good enough to be the dojo master, and so she has to kind of come to peace with that, and also figure out what she wants to do with her life. But her story was really good in that respect, and it really made me like her character a lot. And so that's why she's one of my favorite characters. Just plainly, not even as a visual novel or like, you know, anime manga or anything. She's just one of my favorite characters. If we're talking favorite characters, some other favorite characters I have, well, oh god, I'm about to die soon. Decide, eerie, infamy, healthy, zeroing, oh, I'm gonna die, okay, well, let me, Ionic, let me get that first, and then let me get this first, duration, dead, yeah, that's what I'm about to be soon. Thank goodness I got that freeze. Farting, believe. If I have to list off the top of my head my favorite characters, Rin from Yuru Camp, definitely, I think, a favorite because she's such a great portrayal of an introvert without being, you know, like shy, like, oh, I'm so shy, ooh, ooh, you know, oh, okay, damn it. Because like a lot of the times, introverted characters end up becoming like the shy character where it's like, oh, I can't speak to anybody, oh no. But like Rin is a great example of an introverted character that can actually speak to people, can hold her own. And she's such a great example of an introvert because she's literally what the definition of an introvert is she likes to spend time alone, aka she likes to solo camp a lot. And sure, she can, you know, be with her friends, but you know, it's to a certain extent, it's like the social battery runs out if she like spends too much time with too many people. So that's why I'm like, I just love her for that, is like the portrayal of that. And also I just think that she's really funny, you know, in a sense. She has the kind of the wry sense of humor that I love. So Rin for sure. Yui from Origairu, definitely a favorite character. Again, the cheerfulness I think is definitely, you know, something that I usually like in a character. So Yui. Who else? This is a really obscure character, and here, let me return to the main menu. I don't. Okay, let's do one more game. We'll do one more game, then we'll probably call it. We'll do one more. We'll try and get this Hirae done. I'm gonna use the augments. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I kind of feel like I'm gonna need these. Alright, let's do it. Okay. But this character. So this character is from a manga called, I don't remember the full title. It's like Okami Shonen something. It's like basically the wolf boy lies yet again or something. Okay, I'm gonna describe the manga and you're gonna be like, what the hell? This sounds so trashy. But hear me out. Basically, this manga is about a guy who falls in love with this girl, but like he gets rejected, I think, basically. And I guess the other thing to mention is like this guy also is very similar to the main character from Toradora, where he has like, you know, the glare in his eyes and everybody's afraid of him because of that. But he's actually a good guy, blah blah blah, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, he gets rejected by the girl that he likes, and then he finds out later that she actually is afraid of guys, and so that's why he got rejected, was because she was afraid of guys, and she's so afraid of them that she doesn't even recognize, she can't even see faces, and she doesn't recognize the guys that she's met before. And so he finds that out, and then I don't know how this ends up happening, but eventually he crossed, or like, hold on, I need to remember the, hold on, let me look it up again. Kami Shonen wa Kyuso no Tsukanai. Okay, So it's called Okami Shonen wa Uso o Sukanai. Wait, no, it isn't. That's not the right one. That's a yaoi. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's not what it is. Oh no. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Oh my god, that's not it at all. That's a yaoi manga. Oh my god. That's wrong. That's not the right one. Okay. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, it's so similar to the title. Okay, it's actually called Okami Shonen wa Kyo mo Uso wo Kasaneru. That's the title. Because I saw the Uso and I was like, Uso means lie, so that's the title, right? And then I see the description and then I see it's like, it's yaoi. It's like, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Mayday, mayday. Anyway. Okay, anyway. So yeah, despite being so kind and considerate, the guy has a menacing look in his eyes that scares away others. When Keitaro, which is his name, attempts to confess to Aoi, which is the girl, she flat rejects him. Blah blah blah. Oh right. So yeah, so he's like, oh, like I'm so sad about this. Like he talks about this to his older sister, and then she's like, okay, well, like she gives him a makeover because she's like a salon person or whatever, and then it's like, oh, she ends up cross-dressing him, and then he turns into a girl, or she turns into a girl. He ends up, you know, basically he turns into a girl, and then it's like, oh god, now I have to go back home, and then he runs into the girl Aoi, and then being harassed by boys, and then she saves her, and then from that, like, she's like, oh, can you help me get over my fear of guys? And then it's just like, uh-oh. It's like, now, like, he has to, you know, be in this female guise and has to help her overcome this fear of guys. And so that's the main story, the premise of the story, is basically the guy just cross-dresses to try and help his love interest, which, yeah, I know it sounds so trashy, but it actually is a really good story. And the girl I'm talking about is not actually the main character is not the girl who is afraid of guys. It's actually her friend, whose name is Botan Kurashiki or whatever. Super great character. I love her. She's hilarious. And I won't go into spoilers, and also I'm dying so hard right now. Oh my god, I'm doing terribly right now. Oh my god. Oh wait, I have level ups. What am I doing? Okay. I was like, that explains a lot as to why I was struggling so much. I was like, why am I struggling? It's because I'm not using any of my level ups. Itchy. Okay. Anyway, I'm probably gonna die pretty soon anyway, so let's just get that out there. Yep. Okay, well, whatever. It's fine. I was probably gonna cut it short anyway. Alright. Well, I think that's pretty much gonna be it for me. Yeah, well, thank you all for coming to my April Fool's stream. Crazy debut, crazy stuff, crazy life. Wah, wah, wah. Crazy stuff. But yeah, no, thank you all so much for joining me. I know it was a little bit, I don't want to say a little bit rough. I don't think it was rough at all, to be honest, but like, you know, just kind of getting everything stabilized for the most part, and, you know, dealing with some technical issues here and there. But I think it went pretty well, and I'll be watching the VOD to make sure of any adjustments and stuff. But I think that, yeah, I think it's a good start for the future, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. So, looking forward to upcoming streams for sure. Look forward to more of this shenanigans, more of this shenanigans, more of this shenanigans. You know, come to my streams or else, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, good stuff. Maybe I'll do like a proper debut eventually, you know, like actually be like, hey, introduction, this is my stuff, this is my things. But also, I don't really care. So, you know, I'll probably just, you know, continue on steam on, that's not the right word. Roll on, that's not the right word either. I don't know what the phrase is. Keep on keeping on. Just gonna keep on doing my thing with this new avatar character. It's me. I transformed from the penguin you can see on my chest there. Don't look at my boobs. To the penguin. To the anime girl of my dreams. So that's who I am now. So anyway, I'm gonna stop stalling now. Announcement wise, I don't think there's anything. Honestly, do I want to? You know what? Maybe I might stream tomorrow. Who knows? You know, life's short. Shouldn't you be? That's not what I meant to say. Life's hard. Shouldn't you be too? That's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's my new phrase. Life's hard. Shouldn't you be too? So, and also life's short. So, yeah, I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. I won't stream on Thursday, as you all know. I have my things on Thursday, so I can't do that. But I'll definitely stream at least once over the weekend, so we'll be doing some stuff there. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing in terms of collabs or anything to announce for the most part. Maybe there might be one in the future. We'll see. Always down for collabs and, you know, doing stuff with other people. Especially now that I got my interactable version. You know, it's a little bit different. So looking forward to that. But until then, this has been Shino the Penguin. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next stream. And I hope you all have a good rest of your April Fools. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled. Goodbye.